wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Beast, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason, talks like a spaz, and they love to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Good morning and happy Tuesday. It is KVJ show. Hello. I gotta tell you, every day, Jbird, you got a new cultivated costume here. It's pretty amazing.
It's Halloween week, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's trying to get weird around these
I
parts.
was gonna say, you got kind of a Neil Young vibe going on today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, I got this outfit at Walmart, Kev. Very cheap deal. In fact, I got a lot of my wardrobe at Walmart.
Very Woodstock of you.
Yeah.
I like it.
I'm going all in on hippie.
Okay. You're getting there, my man. I love it.
Denny's got his hair down to his shoulder.
Wow. I know. He looks amazing. It's
I mean,
fantastic.
if you want to join me, Suits and Denny's growing our hair out. I know Hair Club could probably give you a pony.
They might. I could talk to them and see if they could give me an extra long. Maybe we could. Maybe I could join the crew.
I would love to see you with shoulder-length hair.
Oh, it was once upon a time, my man. I had
your hair is kind of perfect to add on a mullet right now.
It is.
Just
Okay.
a little in
Yeah.
the back, a few tape-in extensions.
I've been there before, Virginia.
We could make that thing pretty.
When you go back to your mullet years, do you feel like you are more powerful then? Or was it a different kind
No,
of powerful?
I was a total loser. No,
It was a rough patch for you.
it's some of my darkest days.
Okay.
Yeah, it didn't do me any favors.
I gotta feel that way when I look back when I had a rat tail. It was kind of some of my darker days.
Yeah, I blame the hair. I think your hair can really dictate a lot of what the person does.
It gives you an attitude.
It does, and it didn't take me down a good path, so it's probably better I leave that behind me. Well, if you want to see Jbird's cultivated costume today and how we all look, we're on KVJ TV right now. Just dial up YouTube and look for the KVJ show.
It's the KVJ dirt of the day. It's the KVJ dirt of the day. Virginia, take it away, cause you know we need that dirt of the day.
Well, coming up in just a second, Martha Stewart. She certainly hangs out with Snoop a lot, but does she smoke with Snoop? I'm fascinated. We'll hear from her coming up in a second. Before we get into that, I thought this was kind of funny. So Ryan Philippe posted a picture of him on his Instagram. He was out for a jog, and now Ryan Philippe hasn't been on Ellen DeGeneres' show in a while. Ryan Philippe and Reese Witherspoon split up, and I think this is one of those situations where I get to keep these friends, you get to keep those friends. And Reese kept Ellen because I guess Ellen has been non-responsive to any of Ryan Philippe's requests to come on the show or anything like that. So he was doing a jog the other day, and he was passing an Ellen DeGeneres billboard, and he pointed up at it. He's like, "Remember to be kind." Oh, wait.
Oh, okay.
I love well-placed little digs.
Did he run while he was jogging? Does he jog with a pouty face? He always does that sexy pouty face.
He can't help it, Bird. That's his face. Yeah. Well, Fox News is dealing with a potential coronavirus outbreak. It looks like the president of the network has been advised to self-quarantine after traveling to last week's debate on a charter flight with someone who was infected with COVID. Other anchors also have been told to host from home because they believe this person might have given it to a lot of people.
Wow.
Virginia's getting politically motivated.
I'm just telling you.
Yeah, it runs rampant. It does. Boy, as soon as it hits somebody, it seems like it just goes through everybody.
Me and Denny's are the only ones that can't catch it in a group. You all had it. Me and Denny's, we sit right next to each other.
You got COVID envy.
Yeah.
In a weird way. It sounds like you want coronavirus.
Well, you know our motto, blood in, blood out.
Yeah. You can't say you've had it.
Your blood's not in.
I know.
Your blood stayed out.
Yep.
And finally here, it looks like Martha Stewart is talking about her weed consumption. And, she does so many projects with Snoop Dogg. You figured they had to blaze it up a few times.
At least a contact high.
Right? Okay. She likes to get her drink on, but she's not about smoking.
Do you believe that? Do you think she's not smoked since 1973? She got no reason to lie.
She's got no reason to lie. I do think Martha is credible. If she says it, I believe it.
But I can see her being kind of like a sloppy drunk. All of a sudden, after she's good, and then after that third drink, you're like, whoa, Martha.
She's that slurry kind of person.
Yes.
Where you're like, oh boy.
Wet lips.
Yeah.
And that's what's going on in your Dirt of the Day.
KVJ not only does a radio show, but also does an after-the-show podcast. Watch or listen on kvjshow.com.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
What you thinking about today, Jbird?
I'm thinking about World Record Wednesday, Kev.
Oh, wow. Already, huh? Okay.
I am. It's Tuesday. Got to start getting focused. Now, we talked a little bit about this last week.
Yeah.
And I suggested this one. I really love this one, but I don't know if you guys were just lying to me just to shut me up, or if you guys are really into this one. It's the longest throw and catch of a hot dog sausage into a bun. I need a teammate. I need a partner. I want to do this thing. It's Halloween week. I want to chase greatness. Who's coming with me?
How far was it? What's the exact parameters of this?
It is 120 feet exactly. I know I can get a dog 120 feet. But it says hot dog sausage. Is that just a regular hot dog?
Yeah, what's a hot dog sausage?
They always throw in some weird extra word.
Maybe they mean like a hot dog link.
Yeah, I think they do that because it's multiple countries and they don't want to confuse everybody, so they put hot dog and sausage in there so everyone can play.
Okay.
I guess my question is, who wants to be my partner? Who does want to chase greatness this week?
I mean, I think it'd be fun. I'm totally into it. I just think we need to practice.
I also have concerns. Is that going to be lame to listen to over the air?
Just throwing a hot dog?
I think it's going to be more, the Kevin Ralston's going to have to step up and with your words.
Okay.
Flower
Be
them up.
descriptive.
Yeah, but I mean, you're a
So
pro.
work on some great adjectives that go with sausage.
Over.
Look,
Yes.
Those criteria have never stopped us before.
Agreed. Yeah, just sound like it's bigger than what it is. We'll be good.
Yeah, okay.
But is it lame? Should I prepare for this one, or do I want to go for something different?
I mean, I think we should practice a little bit. I always love practicing anything because there's going to be technique and there's going to be a certain learning curve.
Well, I'll make this priority one. I'll cancel everything today.
Do you want me to see if I can get us a hot dog sponsor? I mean, do you want
No.
store-bought dogs
I
from
don't
a
want
package?
No sponsor. That's going to take forever. Then all it's going to do is get held up in
I can
sales.
make one phone call.
Yeah, if you can,
I know a guy.
if you can get a hot dog person here ASAP, and it doesn't have to be this big thing where now it's an email to sales, and now sales is emailing us. I don't want any of that. I want to chase greatness and get this over with. Because if we do it that way, we won't get done till December.
I hear you. But I'm not going to get us a hot dog sponsor unless it's turnkey.
Yeah, I hear. I don't think we need a hot dog sponsor.
Muddy in the waters.
Yeah, I think a hot dog sponsor. They're gonna be just like, no, we don't want to be a part of this. This is the quickest, dumbest thing ever.
Yeah.
Or do I go back to the drawing board?
Well, I think the key is about the hot dog sausage thing. I think you got to dial into that because they're not all the same. There are some hot dogs I could see throwing, they would break into 5 pieces if you just throw them.
You're right.
But then there's more of a bratwurst, which is, got more weight to it, and I think would actually help fly. I think it would stay together better in the air. I think it'd be easier to land in a bun if you got the right size bun. So that's the thing is the sausage you have and the bun you have and the thrower and catcher. These are all the elements of, either passing or failing this world record.
Look at you over there sounding like Phil Jackson, just kind of putting it all together.
Yeah.
The thing about an Oscar Mayer wiener hot dog,
Okay, I'm listening.
it's more densely packed than a sausage.
She's not lying.
Anything more densely packed is going to be a better projectile and have less risk of falling apart.
I feel like if we could maybe freeze this dog too. I mean, have you ever been hit in the head, the forehead specifically with a frozen hot dog?
No.
It is very painful.
It is.
No, but there's always today.
Well, I will show you how painful it is.
Is that considered out of bounds in the rules and regs?
Kevin is asking really good questions.
It is, yeah.
Virginia, not so much.
Okay.
Okay, are we going with this?
Probably got to do a little bit of a deeper dive. I would say right now, I don't see why not.
I love it.
Yeah, but you do need to get some answers to all these questions.
Okay.
If not, then...
Well, some of the other ones that we have right now are really strenuous world records. There's one, how far can I push a car in an hour? I'm going to be dead after that thing. So I'm trying to get in a little bit better shape before I attack that one. I'm in hot dog shape right now. Okay. I don't know if I'm in pushing a car shape.
I'm in hot dog shape.
Yeah, there's one record that I saw today that guy broke, which is just, to me, impressive.
Is the B one?
That's impressive. Yeah, there's two actually that are out. One, a guy, Chinese daredevil. He covered himself in 140 pounds of living bees, which, I mean, if you wanted to step it up, he did living bees. You would get more publicity if you did murder hornets.
You're right.
Yeah, topical.
And what's his nickname?
Who?
You said the Chinese. He's the Chinese.
He's a Chinese daredevil.
Oh, that's a good
Didn't have a
nickname.
nickname, yeah.
I'm the Italian wimp.
Okay, yeah.
It's got a different feel.
Yeah, it does have a different feel. I don't know if you want to put that guy up against murder hornets.
I don't think we got him. I don't think we got him. We have a hot dog guy. I don't think we have a murder hornet guy.
Okay.
I don't think you're supposed to play with those.
Hot dogs?
No, murder hornets.
I don't know what is more deadly.
That's a good point. I've seen you take down a dog, and it looked deadly.
Dogs take longer to take you out, but they will eventually take you out if you eat enough of them.
They make you very farty, too.
It's a fun ride, though.
Another guy took a ping pong ball and he bounced it off of a wall back into his mouth 43 times in 30 seconds, which to me is unbelievable. He would take it in his mouth, go, spit it, it would hit the wall, bounce right back into his mouth, and he would dung, 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 back and forth.
When it would come back into his mouth, would he sort of catch it for a second so he could kind of regroup?
He would catch it, absolutely, go, toot, 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 toot. It's unbelievable to watch the video.
That I could practice tonight.
That's pretty impressive. He did 43 times in 30 seconds.
What's impressive to you? I think even below KVJ standards, 20 would be
Oh my gosh,
impressive.
that's unbelievable. I mean, to me, honestly, if I could do 5, I'd be like, well, look at me.
If I can get 5 tomorrow, that's
and all you need is a wall and a ping pong ball. You know, that's pretty simple.
Right.
We got those.
I do like the fact that the props aren't overwhelming this week. Hot dogs, ping pong balls, I love it.
You got 2 solid options.
That's great, Kevin.
Either way you want to go with it.
Love it.
Okay, that's going to be tomorrow, just after 7:30 here on the KVJ show. All right, Virginia, what you got on your mind today?
Mags has always been good at getting good grades. But, you know, she's usually an AB student. Usually pretty consistently, you know, been on the honor roll, ABs, stuff like that. Maybe a couple C's in her whole history. Not like her mother. So we're very proud.
Okay.
And I told her, because I heard this person on a podcast that did this with his kids. And when I heard it, I was like, oh, that's brilliant.
Yeah.
The dad said, if my kids got all straight A's, I would take them wherever they wanted for a family vacation. And he said, it was for me too, because those teen years when your kids don't want to be with you, it's fun to invite them to go on a little trip and all of you do something together and you let them bring a friend or two and you make it fun, but only if they get straight A's. And so I told Mags that at the beginning of the school year, and report cards come out on, I think, Wednesday, and she said she has all straight A's.
Wow, okay.
I know.
Manipulation
I was like,
worked.
whoa, this is awesome. So if it all follows through, I'm going to take her and a couple of her girlfriends down to the Keys.
There's always that controversy. Should you bribe your kids for grades? I got to tell you, I was a kid that really struggled doing my homework and studying, and my dad did the same deal with me, but it was way easier. I think I got credit. If I got a C in math, I got money. And when he did that with me, I did better with my grades. I really did. So, I mean,
I don't see a problem. I don't understand people that would argue that you shouldn't do that, because I think that a lot of life is work and reward.
Yes.
And if you don't celebrate hard work and have something that you're trying to attain, then you're like, okay, so I'm just working hard. Where's the enjoyment out of this? I'm sorry, but that's just human nature where we work towards goals to have rewards. And the system works.
And you can say all the whole, oh, just do your homework, damn it, you're a kid, you don't deserve money. And I get it if you want to go old school like that, but is it the most effective way for a cat like me? They tried that with me. I really didn't do well.
No,
without a reward system.
Well, you have to, with anything, you have to figure out how to motivate people. That's why with bosses, they got to figure out their employees themselves. Some are motivated by purely money. Some are motivated by getting extra vacation. Some are motivated by promotion. And it's the same with your kids. You got to figure out what motivates each person because it's not the same across the board for every person.
And there's some kids you don't need to do that with. They love school. They love to study. They make straight A's. They nail the SATs. And some, you got to bribe them.
Yeah. What's wrong with that?
Yeah, so I think we're going to do a little extended weekend.
Oh, that's cool.
And by the way, a C in math was like an A.
Yeah, I get it.
Every kid is different.
Little bit of advice for you as you start out your morning this morning. I know a lot of people just looking at my house, mornings can be really hectic. If you got kids that you're trying to get off to school, it is crazy and chaotic. And so this might be something where you have to put this off until after you get out of your house. But I do believe in a little bit of quiet time in the morning, trying to find a way, trying to find a place. And maybe it's not until you get the kid off to school and you can kind of get to work and then maybe find a place to go hide. Maybe you sit in your car in the parking lot at work a little bit longer. But I think this is really kind of important because I think we get up and we start sprinting to our days and we just started adding that stress to the first part of our day. And we need to always kind of manage our stress. And one little tactic they say, if you can find a way to do this, is try to eat breakfast in total silence.
Oh.
If you find that you're starting your day stressed out, and you may have to rearrange your schedule, like I had said, depending upon what is going on. So I'm sure people are yelling, I don't have time for that, Kevin. Well, find time.
That's how they
for that,
sound.
Kevin. Yeah, find
You got to
time for
go to
that.
bed a little earlier and then maybe wake up a little earlier.
That is one of the things that some people do. Yeah, absolutely. Before the house gets chaotic, that might be what you do. Maybe it's getting the kid off, and then, like I said, you chill in your car in the parking lot.
They say it's kind of like a form of meditation.
Absolutely, yeah. It has a lot of the same benefits. In fact, they do this at a lot of these yoga retreats now where they say they've even noticed when they've watched people that have eaten their breakfast in total silence, your heart rate slows down, your body releases less of the stress hormone cortisol. That's what I can feel. That's why I'm always trying to manage that. It's that cortisol. Cortisol is the stress hormone. You don't want it. It is not good for your body. And two, the thing you're not going to like is it basically tells your body to start storing fat.
Oh, boy.
It's a function that we have always had, that whenever you get stressed or strained, your body will start storing fat because we used to need the fat as energy reserves because you didn't know where your next meal necessarily was going to come. Now we're in
It doesn't know that you have a Popeyes down the road.
Absolutely.
Like your body's still functioning like you were a caveman.
Exactly. It's not in the modern world. It
Right.
doesn't understand that. And so whenever it is getting the signal from cortisol, it's like, uh-oh, look out. We don't know when we're going to eat again. Start storing that fat.
I wish we could flip off that cortisol switch.
Yeah, there are things that people try to do to limit it, but I think being aware of your stress levels, it's one thing to be conscious of, and you will, no matter what. I get it. I'm in it too. I am in stressful situations throughout every day that there's just no real way around that. I've tried rearranging schedules and everything else, but you have to at least give yourself pockets to de-stress, where you can say, okay, I'm going to take this amount of time. Maybe it's 11 a.m. to 11:10 or 11:15. I go hide. I get away from everything. I take my phone. I hide my phone. I turn it off. And I just de-stress to always kind of work on that.
I've noticed when I wake up and meditate to the teachings of Lao Tzu, I find myself more at peace. So I think there's something to what you're saying.
Absolutely, yes. Thank you, Peace Pilgrim. Appreciate that.
It's hard to take you serious in that outfit.
Look, that's what I'm going for.
He doesn't want to be taken seriously.
No, I don't.
It's working. All right, coming up here in just a couple of minutes, throw a couple of random questions at you here today to see what you got to say. Some of the ones I want to throw at you, like, for instance, if you could change what people say after somebody sneezes, what would be the funniest thing for people to say?
Buttafuoco.
Okay. All right. You don't have to answer now, but you can answer in a second here. What would you change what people would say after they sneeze? Your answer's next. Okay. You can come up with one word to change what people say after somebody sneezes. What would be the word that you would change? Virginia, you were saying buttafuoco?
Yeah, I love Buttafuoco.
You do, buttafuoco. Okay.
It's a little old reference, but look it up.
Yeah, but you're taking my act. That's what I do.
I'm
30
old
old
too.
references.
We're all old in this room.
I think I would go with a-hole.
A-hole.
I think that could be fun, yes.
What about when a kid sneezes?
A-hole.
What about kick me?
You could, but it might turn violent.
It would turn
Especially
violent.
in today's environment. Could you imagine if people were doing that?
Kick
Shoot,
me,
kick me.
or kick him.
Kick me. I like pain.
So bizarre.
If you could hear your daily thoughts for a week, do you think people would like you more or less?
Less.
Less.
Way
less.
So, no, thank goodness there's no thought police.
That'd be tough, huh?
I've got weird thoughts, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if you guys believe me or not.
Okay, yeah. I think I would just annoy people with how boring they are.
Really? You have boring thoughts?
I think so, yeah. I don't think it's... I know some people would be terrified thinking, oh my gosh, I'm always thinking the worst thing about... I think people would just be like, my gosh, this guy is so annoyingly boring.
They would not think that about me. They would think, we got to lock him up.
Okay. Yeah.
He's got to sit down with somebody.
Okay.
I'm not even kidding.
Mental problems.
Yes.
What do you think about you, Virginia, if we could hear your thoughts?
No, you
No.
don't want to hear this.
I agree.
Because it's going a mile a minute, and it's profanity laced.
I mean, half the stuff she says in real life, she shouldn't say
Right.
anyway. Now imagine what she's thinking.
Yeah, the stuff that I filter out, like, you don't have any
Wait,
business.
she's filtering stuff
Yeah,
out?
That's the filtered Virginia. Oh my gosh.
The world couldn't handle unfiltered Virginia.
I would love to go in your head and hear your thoughts.
I would have no friends and family.
Okay, which fictional character had the most impact on your childhood? A fictional character.
That's easy for me. It's a tie.
Okay, what would you say?
It's either Mr. Miyagi or Yoda.
Yeah,
Both
okay.
of them, I feel like, are just they're peaceful. They're peaceful warriors, is what I like to call them.
If you're a child of that era?
Yes. Mm-hmm. Although people should know Yoda and Mr. Miyagi these days. They had a real big resurgence.
Oh, yeah, they have.
Baby Yoda and Mr.
Yeah.
Miyagi from the Cobra Kai.
Yeah, that Mandalorian comes out this week, and the Cobra Kai's cranking on Netflix.
How excited are you, Virginia? Mandalorian Season 2.
Yeah.
They got Mandalorian cereal in the store.
It's
I
big.
almost bought it for you, but it's like $8.
Cereal's so expensive.
Why is cereal? Yeah, that.
Oh, pandemic, bro? I don't know.
No.
I need somebody to give me advice on the hack on what to do about getting Disney Plus just so I can watch The Mandalorian and then cancel it again.
You can steal Jbirds like I do.
Yeah, I mean, it's really not stealing because you are my family. You're like my
Oh, okay.
brother,
All right.
or even
That
my
works.
even my dad.
Is that in the Disney clauses?
Yeah, but look, that mouse is making plenty of money.
He's good. He'll be fine. Yeah, those are a couple good options. I thought Forrest Gump himself, just you remember, you think about Forrest Gump, I think he really taught a lot of good lessons.
He did.
Yeah, he was just kind of like, he loved everybody. He just looked at everybody the same. He just kind of like went through life and went from one adventure to the next, but he always had his heart in the right place.
He did.
Forrest Gump did.
What about a Rocky? Wouldn't be bad.
Absolutely, yeah.
Heart of
no
a
doubt.
Lion?
Yeah, no. In fact, I would say that Rocky would be one of mine. That whole Eye of the Tiger, the Rocky 3 thing, and just really knuckling down and saying, okay, put in the work, put in the time. I love it, and I really kind of got that too, that gritty work. Because Virginia, in this movie, Rocky is the champ, and he starts off, he's doing glamorous workouts. Like, he's got people that are watching him. Women are coming up and kissing him on the exercise bike.
This is Rocky 3 now.
Okay.
And he loses the Eye of the Tiger. He gets soft. And then after he loses a fight, he has to get gritty. And they go and they're training in dingy gyms. And there's nothing glamorous about it.
It brought on one of the most emotional scenes ever. You want to break me down? You want me to make me say it? I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
Yeah. There's something about that, though. Just tapping into that. You're right, Rocky.
And me and Denny's were watching Rocky 4 when he goes out into nature to work out.
Yeah, he does.
The Russian stays in Virginia, does all the machines.
He got soft, yeah.
Not Rocky. He grows a Russian beard. He goes out to the Russian, snow area.
He's running through the snow with logs on his back, Virginia.
Logs?
Logs. You need to watch Rocky 3 and 4.
Yeah.
That'll never happen.
Sounds like a long project.
That'll never
It is, yeah.
3 and 4?
You got to watch both to get the whole picture.
Okay, and then one that seems fitting with the Buttafuoco references. What's one thing you said you wouldn't do when you were a kid, but now you do it all the time as you've gotten older?
Drink. I remember signing that dare.
Oh,
I'll never
okay.
drink. I'll never do anything bad. Oh, boy, that all changed when I was 19. I went the other way. Dare me not to drink. Give me 3.
I used to say I would never, how everybody says, you turn into your mother, you turn into your mother. I find myself doing stuff, and as I'm doing it, I'm like, oh my gosh, my mom does this the same way.
Yeah.
It's just, you can't help it.
I am definitely a hybrid of my mom and dad. I can see it and feel it.
I would say mine is staying in on Friday nights. I remember as a kid being like, how lame is that to stay in on a Friday night? I'm like, promise yourself, you will never stay in on a Friday night. You'll always be exciting and go out and do great stuff. And now I kind of get excited, be like, all right, another Friday night in. This is great.
Look, Friday night in is very cozy. I love it too.
I was talking to somebody last night who loves the pandemic because they don't like people, and they're like, I love staying in.
If you hate people, you love the pandemic.
The pandemic has been awesome for him. He's like, I'm staying away from everyone. It's incredible.
Yeah, it really has. Some people do not want life to go back to the way it was. Well, Halloween coming up on Saturday, and it is going to look and feel different than it has before, ever. And it's too bad. What a waste. It's a Saturday. It's a full moon. It's everything you want in a Halloween, right?
Everything. And I got my wish. It's cooling off slightly.
Slightly.
Ever so slightly. The low is like 73.
Wow.
That is amazing for Saturday night.
That's turtleneck weather for Florida.
Yeah.
It's better than 83.
Dang.
73 is perfect.
That's tough. So, yeah, that does feel a little bit like a waste then, to have all those factors lining up to make it what should be ideal, and then you've got a pandemic.
This Halloween is shaping up to be kind of fun. It's got all the elements you need, other than the pandemic, of course.
Yeah.
Other than that part.
Should be. Yeah. I know you're talking about, you got a couple parties to choose from, huh, Jbird?
I do.
Yeah.
What
are your options?
Well, I've got, Jim Bigfoot Romano, my kidney brother, who's throwing a party. Then I've got one, Vicious V, the Witch Sinicki.
Oh, no, they got competing parties?
Both know how to throw a party. I mean, they both are legendary when it comes to parties.
Yeah.
But I can really only go to one because I got to come back and take care of Chewy and all that. I can't stay out. If I'm going to Tequesta, I got to lock it in, and I got to just go to Tequesta.
So you can't do both. That's out of the question.
That's out of the question. That is out of the question.
Okay, what is going to be the differences in the party other than just the people that are going to be there? Is one going to be a little bit more social distance, a little bit more laid back? Is the other one going to be a little bit more
I'll tell you
intense?
right now, Romano's going to have more people than me. I'm having a very small yard party with my family, and one person that's not in my family.
That's your lineup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to Bigfoot's.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Definitely going to Bigfoot's.
Yeah.
I don't think you're going to have the throwdown that you think in Tequesta. It's just
No,
not.
I kind of, okay, I hear you.
I didn't invite anybody over. I invited one person who's coming in from out of town who's staying with me.
I know how you are, though. At least the pre-pandemic Vicious V, it starts off kind of small, but it ends up as a rager. This is a woman who throws the best one-year-old kid birthday parties I've ever seen.
Magnolia and her little friends will be all running around outside. And I told her, only outside. You can have the kids outside. I'll put the fire pit out there. You can do s'mores. We'll do all kinds of fun games. Put the DJ set up, have the music, have the food. Like, all that will be there. I'm just not inviting a big group of my friends like I normally would.
That's the day I get off my diet. I'm going to go ape poop with I'm going to eat everything. So many cupcakes, Kevin. What you got on the menu? Let's compare, because I don't know what he's got yet.
So my friend, the chef, made these veal ossobuco sliders.
You're going to Bigfoot's.
I mean, you're fancy pants over here. Damn it, Tequesta. Yeah, I'm definitely going to.
She's definitely not winning
I'm
you
also
over.
doing a seafood boil with all kinds of seafood and stuff you don't eat.
Your menu truly is horrifying.
They say the number of people going to Halloween parties is going to be down about 54% this year. So there's a lot of people opting out of the Halloween parties, even though it's going to be on a Saturday and all those things line up.
You definitely staying in, doing nothing?
I don't know that I'm going to go out. I've got one possible little Halloween party invitation, but my Buckeyes play at 7:30 on Saturday night, and I've learned that lesson before about trying to go out. I get real weird when my team's playing.
I was going to say, you can come to Bigfoot's party. I'll make sure the game is on. I can get you your own room. I'm sure the Queen would love it.
At that point, why wouldn't I stay home?
I hear you.
Just remember, Bigfoot's Home is the site for boys' night with bikini girls. You can bet there'll be some hot chicks at this party.
Yeah, if I go to the party, I'm moving in. I have to. So, just make sure that's part of the invitation.
These girls are young and viral and
Viral.
viral.
I hope they're not
Good Lord,
viral.
it's a COVID party.
Viral.
I'm going to your house then. I don't want no viral chicks.
Wrong word.
Yeah, there's going to be a lot of stuff that people are not going to be doing. They say that 51% of people said they're less likely to trick-or-treat this year. That's half. So parties, trick-or-treating, half the people are going to be opting out this year of doing either one of those. They say that what is up is people decorating their home or yard. 30% more are going to be doing that. 39% more are going to be staying in watching scary movies.
I noticed it even in my neighborhood that people are tricking out their townhouses big time, more than they did in the last couple of years.
Yeah, in fact, spending more money. They say they're going to be doing an average of $39 decorating, $32 on costumes, $31 on candy. And usually those numbers are flipped a little bit. The candy numbers are a little bit lower this year.
I got one neighbor. It's not really my neighbor. He's just where I see when I'm walking Chewy. He's got this one mechanical monster thing, and it's hidden. So as you're walking,
it's motion activated.
It goes, "Rah!" And it gets me every time.
You almost cursed.
I almost sort of cursed.
We have that one spider that comes out of nowhere, and thank God it's not up this year. My wife hasn't decorated. But last year, that would get me every single time. Every time.
I never made the adjustment. I have not made the adjustment with this mechanical. Rah!
Yeah, I started getting anxiety going into my front door. I couldn't figure out why. It was that dang spider.
I put a scarecrow and a ghost, but they're kind of tall. And so when you walk out of the house, if you're not paying attention, you think it's a person standing in the yard. It scared the crap out of my neighbor because his vision was bad a few years ago. He couldn't see so good. He thought it was a person. He started yelling at it. Hey, who goes there?
Scarecrows are horrifying. They are. I'm telling you, they're up there for me, top 5. If a scarecrow broke into your house with a pitchfork, was moving around, that might be creepier than a clown with an axe.
It's pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
Got an email here from Angie. Want to get her thoughts on the Halloween thing. She said, my kids are 7 and 9, prime trick-or-treating ages. Unfortunately, this pandemic is making everything very difficult. My kids are doing distance learning for the foreseeable future, and I am not comfortable taking them trick-or-treating. So I told them we're not going trick-or-treating, nor am I handing out candy on Saturday. I just don't feel comfortable with it, and I think it's irresponsible. I then talked to a few of my neighbors, and they told me that they're planning on having Halloween as usual, and their kids are going to be going out trick-or-treating, and they're even handing out candy. Now, I thought that we would all be a united front here on the block, but apparently not. And now my kids are really upset with me because their friends are all going and I'm not letting them go. I mean, come on. We're in the midst of a pandemic, people. Mask up, stay in, wash your hands, and don't go trick-or-treating.
See, here's the thing. I think she could probably not do trick-or-treating and still have fun and not be so panicked about everything. I get that you're concerned, but don't scare your kids. Make sure they have a fun Halloween inside your house. You can still do cozy things and not freak out and still take your pandemic seriously.
Well, they were talking about things you can do if you don't feel comfortable trick-or-treating. Like, you can still put a bowl of candy at the end of your driveway for the trick-or-treaters to take whatever they want. I don't think that's socially irresponsible. Yeah. And you can build a scavenger hunt in your own house where you hide candy around the house and you give the kids clues and you can still make it fun. You can still have a yard party.
She could flip the script for Halloween and not be so panicked and mad at everybody.
She's being dramatic and negative.
Boom.
And that's just not how you handle this. Be a solutions provider. Figure out ways to make it fun and still keep it safe. You can socially distance Halloween.
Well, you're never going to find peace or happiness if you're worried about what everyone else is doing on your street, because you're right. There's no way that's going to be a united front. You're not married to the people on your street.
And you shouldn't worry about what the other kids are doing. You know, some of them will be trick-or-treating. So put some candy at the end of the driveway and let them take it from your bowl, and you don't have to come within 20 feet of them.
Mm-hmm. No, Virginia. No. Candy. Halloween. Bad.
It's not. Smile a little bit. Your kids are going to have memories of a miserable mommy. Is that what you want?
I think the best thing to do is just create a great experience for them. You can get candy, you can watch movies, you can carve pumpkins, you can do all these great little Halloween things. In fact, make what you're doing inside better than what's going on outside.
Rocco loves an Easter egg hunt. So yesterday I found these little mini pumpkins at Joann Fabrics. They were 70% off, all Halloween decorations, by the way, if you're looking to score, ladies. And I got the little mini pumpkins. I'm going to hide them all over like Easter eggs. And then he'll have so much fun looking for the pumpkins.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I wouldn't be so vocal about how much you hate Halloween and what everyone's doing on your street. And that's how you get your house egged. That's how you get TP'd.
Give something for the kids to do the next day.
I'm not suggesting people do that. I'm just saying that attitude.
Does that still happen?
That's very vocal. Oh, yeah. People.
It does.
Yes.
TP and eggs.
TP and eggs definitely still happen.
If I catch a kid with TP or eggs, it might be a yard beatdown.
But the difference is they're fancy DeQuesta eggs, so you're cool.
They're free-range chickens.
Yes.
All right, any other thoughts for Angie? You can let us know, 877-979-WRMF. Call or text here to the KVJ Show. We got an email from Angie, who is on a street where a lot of her kids' friends live, and they're going to be going out trick-or-treating, and she just doesn't think that that's the responsible thing to do or to even hand out candy. And so she's just a little upset with her block that they're not a united front, and now her kids are wearing her down saying, why does everybody else get to go out? We don't.
There is no united front. You have to make your own decisions for your family, and you also can't be mad at your neighbors for making different decisions.
I mean, I'm thinking about the street that I grew up on. There's no way that anyone would ever unite a front with us ever.
No.
There's no.
It's just not going to happen. You do you, and stop caring about what others do.
So doing something that actually might be fun. I had forgot about this, but people said, you can actually either buy or rent those little projector things, put a sheet on the side of your house. If you don't have rain or if you got an area, then you can do something really cool and show like kid-appropriate Halloween movies.
My buddy Bigfoot does that. He has in the front lawn has the big old sheet and horror movies the entire time playing.
That's a cool thing, and that's one thing, an outdoor movie like that where you can do the social distancing thing right. Maintain masks, keep your distance, stay away from people.
Sounds like that. I'm not trying to be mean, but it sounds like the woman who emailed kind of just hates Halloween. Kind of hating on Halloween a little bit.
I don't know. Yeah, she might. What would you say is a great kid-appropriate movie of that level? Not on how your kids are, but we let my 12-year-old watch that Hubie Halloween, the Adam Sandler one that's on Netflix. It is real big if you got the Netflix.
You should have done parental guidance just because it was such a terrible movie.
Yeah, it's not good, but he enjoyed it. I always rate movies based on did my kid like it or not, and that for me as a parent a lot of times, because I'm not in it for me. I'm mainly in it like, okay, if my kid enjoyed it, then that's a win. And I would say that that was a win. That would be a thumbs up.
The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown is awesome. You've got a new cartoon on Disney called Vampirina. That one's cool.
I don't think they're playing The Great Pumpkin Charlie Brown this year. I think you have to go buy it. I thought I read something where
Because Apple TV
Yeah,
has
Apple
taken
TV
over.
took the rights to it. Yeah.
That ain't cool.
Yeah.
That means you have to buy it now, right?
I can't remember what the setup is on that.
Yeah, I think you could buy the DVD.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can still get the DVDs if you have a DVD player.
How would you project it?
You can get these projectors that either Amazon has them, and I think they're only like $50. So it's not too expensive.
That's cool.
Somebody's saying Hocus Pocus is
Hocus Pocus.
good.
Casper the Friendly Ghost.
Teen Witch from the 90s. It's good.
Okay.
Top that.
That's a good one to check out. Haunted Mansion, somebody said. I think Sandler, didn't he also do an animated one? Was like a Transylvania something or other?
Oh, yeah. There
You
is a
voiced that?
Transylvania movie.
He and
yeah.
Selena Gomez or something, right? Didn't they do that together?
Yes, I think they did,
Technically, Poltergeist is rated PG.
which is wrong.
Yeah.
I don't know. We watched it again with the Weird Whatever crew, and a lot of kids watched it with their parents, and the parents were saying the kids weren't scared. They liked it.
I was horrified.
I was too.
Yeah.
That clown. Oh, my
clown.
gosh.
The killer tree that eats the kid.
Guy peeled his
Terrible.
face off in the sink. That's, yeah.
The maggots and the chicken.
Yeah, that's kind of tough.
It's
Yeah.
pretty creepy.
Yeah, Goosebumps is another one somebody said. So there's a lot of different things. Hotel Transylvania was it.
Ghostbusters. Did you say Ghostbusters?
No, I didn't.
That's
That'd be a good one too.
Oh,
yeah.
yes.
The original. Get yourself ready for the new one. So those are a couple of options, Angie. If you're in an Angie-like situation where the neighborhood kids are going out trick-or-treating and you don't want yours to, and they're giving you a lot of kid backlash, try that little theater idea. Mm-hmm. Well, we've got a few celebrity birthdays to talk about here today. Big ol' happy birthday to Kelly Osbourne, who's turning 36. Talked about her radical weight loss, Virginia, here in the last couple of weeks.
She did. She's looking very skinny.
Also, Marla Maples is 57. That was one of Donald Trump's wives. Gave birth to Tiffany, who celebrated her birthday here in South Florida 2 weeks ago. She was all over Miami going out and having a good old time. And the lead singer of Duran Duran, Simon Le Bon, is turning 62 today. So happy birthday to him. And another birthday shout out to Auntie Maggie. That's from Molly. Happy birthday, you big idiot.
Aw.
Okay. All right, there you go. All right, so big ol' happy birthday to you. Well, it is Halloween. Lots of scary stories that people love to tell. But here in South Florida, we've got some real haunted houses that you might want to check out. In fact, one of them you can actually tour, and we have before, the Riddle House, which has been featured in a whole bunch of national ghost story TV shows.
That's the house that told Virginia to shut up.
They just said, "Shut up, woman."
It wasn't the house. It was the uptight lady working it.
Oh, okay.
And in her defense, I was overserved.
She was overserved and over loud. She just was
She brought her own spirits into the haunted house.
She did.
Yeah.
I was having a good time.
It's called the Riddle House, and you can go to Yesteryear Village, which is at the South Florida Fairgrounds, and you can check out the show that was featured on the Travel Channel's Ghost Adventures back in 2008, and it's been on many other shows. Now, the house itself was built all the way back in 1905, and it served as a funeral parlor at Woodlawn Cemetery. Somebody yesterday had texted in and said that Woodlawn Cemetery is actually a cool tour to go check out. The people that are buried there in West Palm Beach, if you go there, there's some interesting stories just even at Woodlawn Cemetery, and I've never done that tour.
Wow, I'd never done that either.
Yeah, it's the first ever cemetery in the city of West Palm Beach.
Ooh. I like that. V, you want to go?
Is that the one that's downtown? Because that one is super creepy looking.
Might be. I'm not even sure. I've never been there.
It's like across from the Norton Museum.
Yes,
Yeah.
I know you're talking. It's kind of hidden.
It's kind of hidden. Yes. But I would love to go explore.
Got some really old looking tombstones there. So that might be it.
There's a creepy looking cemetery up in Jupiter that's hidden.
By a Baptist church?
Yeah, it's on a side road, kind of
Yeah.
on the way to JCP, the Jupiter Community Park.
Yeah, that's behind a Baptist church. I drove by it yesterday, and I was like, "Hey, Mags, you want to come over here on Halloween night? Look at this. It is super creepy.
It's a little smaller, but it's hidden, and it's very creepy. Mm-hmm. Old-timey looking.
Yes, very old-timey looking. I'm a fan.
Well, this Riddle House was at the Woodlawn Cemetery back in the day, and, you can imagine if it's a funeral parlor, how many dead people have been in that house just for having that to its credit. But there's also apparently other stories. This house is so old, it goes all the way back to Civil War times, and one of the stories about it includes a Confederate soldier apparently was shot and killed in the pineapple processing plant.
Oh.
They say that is one of the spirits that haunts the Riddle House. Another one is an accused thief named Joseph. This is the one that is most featured when you see a special on the Travel Channel like Ghost Adventures. They talk most about Joseph. He's the guy that hanged himself in the attic while he was a little boy.
That's creepier to me than the Confederate soldiers. Soldiers, they die in war. That's not, a surprise.
Right.
This is when it's an individual. It's got an axe to grind. Pun intended.
Yeah, they say that Joseph is the one that if you go into the attic will scratch you and attack you. And if you go into the Riddle House, you go upstairs, you'll notice there's a white door there and it's got a padlock on it.
Yes, we couldn't get in.
That takes you from into the attic where apparently the spirit of Joseph is there and will scratch people that come in.
That's the place we want to explore and do an investigation, but we can't get in. I don't think they allow anybody to get in.
And then there's another story about this little kid named Andrew that fell from a window to his death out of the Riddle House. So
Wow, a lot of death surrounding that.
well, I mean, you think about it. It used to serve as a funeral parlor. You got an accused thief that hung himself in the attic, and then you got a kid, Andrew, that fell to his death out of the upstairs window. So
It's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot for one place. That's why they say the Riddle House is likely the most haunted house in all of South Florida.
You're giving a recipe for spirits.
Oh, yeah, that's what it is. A little dash of hanging, a little dabble of falling out the window,
Yes.
You stir it all up, Jbird, and you got yourself a pretty haunted house.
You got a nice ghost stew.
Yeah, everything you'd want there. A little bit further south of the Riddle House in Broward County is the Stranahan House. That is the one that's on the New River. It is there in Fort Lauderdale. That also is an old house. That is built in 1901, so it's 4 years older than the Riddle House. And they say it is the oldest house in all of Fort Lauderdale that was built by Frank and Ivy Stranahan. And at first was a trading post that would lure in Seminoles down the New River to do business.
Okay.
You can see the placement of it. You always see the photos of the Stranahan house that is right there on the New River. It's beautiful at night. We got the moon out. But apparently, a lot of the haunting goes to old Frank, who was battling depression and bad health and then just walked out of the Stranahan house and walked right into the New River and drowned right out front of the home, intentionally committing suicide in 1929.
1929 feels like a very haunty kind of year.
It is, yeah, a very ghostly year, 1929. And so apparently it's the ghost of Frank that is still at the Stranahan house. And over the years, it's been a post office, a boarding house, a restaurant. And so there's a lot of ghoulish things that have happened in that time as well. So that's one I think you can do tours of the Stranahan house as well. 2 homes in South Florida if you want that you can go check out. The Riddle House at Yesteryear Village and the Stranahan house on the New River in Fort Lauderdale.
You got me wanting to go on that tour at the graveyard.
Woodlawn Cemetery.
Yes, I want to go there.
Yeah, it'd be things for you to do this week. I mean, that's easily social distancing, and hey.
Did you say they had a tour there?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what somebody texted in. They said, if you have not, take the tour of the Woodlawn Cemetery.
I've taken the tours in New Orleans of the cemeteries. That's cool, too.
I took one or two, I can't remember, and down in the Keys, and that was fun to do.
I learned all about like how they prepare the dead and how they put them in mausoleums and all that. And I didn't know any of that stuff. It's pretty cool.
Another place in Florida that's supposed to be awesome. I've only been there to play baseball, never to explore ghosts. St. Augustine. oldie-timey town.
Yeah, St. Augustine has got their fair share. They say the lighthouse there is a ghostly place.
Oh, the lighthouse here in Jupiter is supposed to be haunted as well.
Lighthouses always are.
Yeah,
I don't know why.
They're creepy. You fall to the death, probably.
Well, I think a lot of what it is it's people that are trying to get to shore and all the boats that have run aground and the people that have drowned, and there's always the lighthouse that ties into it. It's almost like that beacon of hope.
Yes.
When you're out there in the ocean and you're at the mercy of Mother Ocean, and am I going to make it? Am I going to live? Am I going to die? And then where do these souls go? They all seem to go to the light, and that's the lighthouse.
I bet there's some stories where boats will dock, but nobody is in the boat, Virginia.
Well, then how do they dock?
Exactly. Mysteries of the universe.
Oh, ghost ship, you're saying?
Kevin gets me.
Yeah. I hear that happens all the time. Oh, what do you know? Another ghost ship. Well, you know there's nobody aboard. So, yeah, I'll give you all the stories about the South Florida haunts, and then we'll get your thoughts. Which one do you think is the best haunted place in all of South Florida here coming up by the end of the week? Another thing that we always do is a fun little assignment for people is the scary story in 4 words.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. We always see what you can draw up. Can you make something scary in just 4 words? How can you put that together?
The pregnancy test positive. Ah!
Okay, yes, exactly. You're right, Virginia. That's a definite thriller there.
Virginia ate eggs again.
Oh my gosh, I have eggs today.
When reality becomes reality, or fiction becomes reality.
When stupid people talk on the radio.
Words.
You got a lot of nerve, Einstein. A lot of nerve.
Scary story in 4 words. Virginia is eating eggs. Oh my gosh.
She is.
Wow.
It's really awful,
Oh,
man.
it just smells like a house of farts in here.
You reminded me I had eggs in my purse.
Oh, that's so gross.
I'm using my psychic abilities. I
know.
I sensed you had eggs.
It's been weeks since I had eggs. How did you know I had eggs?
I'm connected inside you.
She had them in her purse. That's gross.
That's so gross.
They're just loose
Just
purse
loose.
eggs.
Purse eggs are so gross.
That's so gross.
But a great name for a band.
Loose purse eggs.
The purse eggs are playing tonight.
Well, last couple of days we've been talking about Jbird's Health and Home, and I'd seen this today, a little article in the Sun Sentinel about Florida's housing market. They say it's been booming for most of 2020, but there are signs it's slowing down as agents worry a real estate bubble is about to burst and leave many new homeowners underwater. So I guess that is like, didn't we have that back in the
We
mid-2000s?
did. And it was terrible for so many people.
Yeah.
Because prices went up, but interest rates have gone down. So a lot of people are trying to scoop up houses right now.
A lot of people are, yes.
My girlfriend, who's a real estate person, said it's her best year she's ever had.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard it's been great. Apparently what they're foreshadowing is that it might end quickly, and maybe have caution if you're buying now that you might wind up underwater, that upside down. I remember we heard that a lot around 2007. People were upside down in their house.
Oh, that would be awful.
Yeah. So I don't know anything about the housing market, but that's it. Jbird knows a lot more than I do because he's in the market for it.
I'm also in a different situation too. I mean, I don't have kids to worry about. I don't have a wife that I have to worry about. I'm a lone wolf, so my stresses are going to be slightly different. It'd be one thing to have a house and you're afraid that it's going to burst, and you got 4 kids. That's stressful. I don't have that stress in my life.
And you're also not going to get a big house. I think a lot of times if you're upside down in a house, it's because, the home values dropped and you bought at the height and you bought a really expensive big house. And now you're like, oh my God, it's not appraising for anywhere close to what I paid for it.
I'm just buying a regular house, 3-bedroom, 2-bath.
How's it going?
So I'm not getting the house that I wanted. Unfortunately, it didn't work out, but no harm, no foul. We just keep on moving forward.
Keep on moving forward.
Yep, you can't get negative. You got to stay positive. Everything will work out. I got an extension at my townhouse. Just didn't work out for this house, unfortunately. So
Okay.
we get back on that horse and we ride her. We ride her till she bucks you.
You look like you're ready for horseback riding in that outfit.
Absolutely. I could ride any horse for about 3 seconds and then they would throw me off.
Horse Kevin?
I would love to ride Kevin. He would never. 2005 Kevin would let me ride him. He would let me.
I was much bigger back then.
2020 Kevin, oh no.
Yeah.
Back when you were fun, you would let a grown man ride you, Kevin.
I was much bigger back then too. I mean, I would ride Kevin back when I was 230.
Yeah. We're young
You're
and healthy.
smaller, he's smaller.
Yeah.
I say we ride.
I mean, ride that thing.
Yeah. More frail. It'd be great for my back problems.
Uh-oh, old man's tapping out.
Yeah. I'd be out a week.
Grandpa Ralston.
I guess you got to ride Suits.
Yeah, he's the young buck.
He's the young buck.
I don't think Suits wants me to ride me. I don't think Suits wants me to ride him. So Denny's. Denny's always default.
He's like, what am I doing again?
Somebody texted in and said, yeah, the stock market says that Palm Beach is the #1 real estate capital of the world right now.
For the person selling, for the person buying.
No idea.
Because, yeah, it's great if you're just selling a house and you're getting a good deal and people are scooping
I
up.
think it's just the amount of activity that is going on. In fact, coming up here in just a couple minutes, I saw this story today. Boy, the uber rich, the odd reason why they are buying houses in South Florida. I will let you know that. And also somebody said, do we have any update on the health?
We do. I talked to my doctor yesterday.
Ooh,
Okay.
All right, so we'll get to that as well coming up next here on the KVJ Show.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to kvjshow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
A year ago, Virginia had taken Jbird up on his offer that if he didn't have a house by Halloween, that she got to box his nards. Jbird, I think, has finally thrown in the towel on the house.
Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Well, I haven't thrown a towel on the house. I'm still looking.
Oh, okay.
Different house, though. It's not going to be
Yeah.
the house that you were hoping to get.
You got till Saturday, I guess.
I've extended till January 1st, so I got another 2 months to find something.
Do your balls know?
You can box them. Go for it. I'm wearing denim. Strong. It protects them.
No, I believe in skin on skin.
Man,
That's the way to do it. It's the only way to box a
I'm
nard.
not wearing gloves. You're not
Yeah.
wearing pants.
you're a realist, and I respect that.
The only way to box a nard. There you go. All right, so the house likely is not going to be happening by Halloween. But a lot of people are actually popping off buying houses. Somebody just texted in and said that Palm Beach has got one of the greatest housing markets, and according to what they said, in the entire world. Is it going to slow down? Who knows? But it is so good right now that people with a lot of money are buying houses for a very odd reason. They're buying houses that they have no plans on living in, and it's not for something they're going to flip. It is because they want something on the water, because boat slips are hard to come by. So when they've got so much money and they've got a huge yacht and they can't find a place to put their huge yacht, they buy the house just to get the slip. Now, you're talking about having some money, right? That's unbelievable.
You're never going to live in the house? It's just a boat slip?
Yeah, for the most part. They listed a whole bunch of different places, several places in like Hallandale Beach that were up for sale. People were buying for $3, $4, $5 million. It was right on the water just because they couldn't find a place to put their boats. Some of them, though, if they've got a big enough yacht, they have a crew. And so they might, have a turnkey home that's furnished even where the crew can stay and the boat is right there.
Oh, they make it a crew house.
I mean, these are the one percenters of the one percenters that have this kind of money where it's like, yeah, I'm just going to buy a house for my
gosh.
boat and for the crew.
How sweet would that be if you were a yachty? You have this house you live in,
Yeah.
and you work on this boat, and you're pretty much living the life.
Crazy, huh?
It's annoying, though, that that's what they're doing. Rich people are annoying.
Yeah, they've definitely got the life, apparently, if that's what you're having to do.
Publishers Clearinghouse is picking their winner any day, so I'm going to be one of those rich people, too. You're going to hate me.
I do feel like if I really concentrate, I can pick the right numbers for the lotto. If I concentrate hard enough.
Yeah, you got it.
We've
huh?
done this.
I know.
And you sent me to the store, numbers in hand, and not one of them came up.
I didn't take it seriously. I feel like if I really focused, eventually I could zone in.
I feel
Eventually,
like your new
25 years later.
your outfit says you do know stuff.
Yes. Yes.
So you
Really?
need to deliver.
Yes. I've already guessed that she had eggs in her purse today, Kevin.
Did.
That's right.
He knew I had purse eggs.
It's the hair. It makes me more psychic.
The smell didn't give it away at all.
I got a good sniffer.
One of them had cracked a little bit in there. Oh.
Yeah, they say that what is going on here is because of the pandemic, boat sales have surged.
Yeah, I heard that. When we were buying the jet ski, they were telling us that. They were like, look, you guys picked the worst time to buy a boat or a jet ski because everybody is trying to get on the water for social distancing and having fun.
Yeah, that makes sense. So now it's starting to trickle down to buying houses that have boat slips because people can't find them because so many people are buying boats that they're taking up all the slips in South Florida. So the only way you can get a slip is to buy a home that has a slip.
It's annoying. It's annoying.
It's crazy, huh?
If you're looking for a house, you're annoyed by that.
But if anybody is looking for a house boy and they bought one of these houses and they need just somebody to caretake it, Bird's looking for a crib.
Hey, there you go.
You got to stop speaking for me. That's the new show rule.
Well, just in time, too, if you're looking for a boat, tomorrow the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show is going to be starting. And a lot of people are keeping their eyes on this because this is really our first big actual event. It's not a virtual boat show. It is an actual boat show.
It's a super spreader.
With people.
Are they calling it the Corona Classic?
Yeah. Did you get a free Corona beer when you walk in?
It's a great question. They would be a great sponsor for this, wouldn't they?
They would be great because you probably will get it.
Last year, the Fort Lauderdale International Boat Show and its 60th anniversary drew about 100,000 people.
Holy moly.
Yeah, 100,000 people.
They'll
They say
probably get a quarter of that.
I think they're going to get more people than you think. I think there's...
A quarter's a lot.
I'm going to go 50%.
50%.
I said it here
that'd
first.
be 50,000 people.
You're a maniac.
I am.
There's no way they get 50,000 people there.
Virginia don't understand the pandemic.
You don't understand the pandemic.
She's been out there hiding out in Nequesta. It's a different world out there in Nequesta, Virginia.
There will be fewer exhibitors, fewer boats. They're going to be taking up 30% less space there on the Intercoastal in Fort Lauderdale than they did last year. So it will be a little smaller, but 30% less. Will that accommodate, if that's the case, would that mean 70,000 people? You don't think they'll get to 50, Virginia?
I don't think they'll get to 30.
Wrong again, Sinicki.
Sorry, not sorry. Show me the numbers on Monday.
I think Kevin will.
Yeah, I can't wait to see exactly how many people attended.
I can't wait when the witch is wrong again.
She's not wrong often in October.
Well, the thing that is good news for it, some hotels are even saying that sometimes this boat show is bigger than a Super Bowl for them. So
wow.
$760 million the boat show last year pumped into the Tri-County economy. So it's a big deal when you have a regular boat show. Now, it will be downsized, so can't expect that much money. But it's something that will inject a little bit of cash into South Florida.
That'd be good for the Trico. I think it's a good. I like that.
We'll see how it goes. Will it be a super spreader event or will it be a big cash event?
It can be both.
Well,
it can be simultaneously both.
and I think people will weigh how much money we made versus how many people got coronavirus and what that happened, and it'll probably dictate a lot of upcoming events. Keep in mind, we got a college football national championship to be played in Miami. It's coming up.
I can't believe you don't think there's going to be that many people out there. I think it's going to be. I think you're right. 70,000 people are going to be out there. I really believe that.
It sounds like they're built to accommodate 70.
Yeah.
So will they have that many people?
All right. Well, I'll be boxing your nuts, so we can put another wager out there if you want.
Are you really boxing my nards? Is that really? I just got to get prepared. It's cool. I just want to get prepared.
You just said it, but we don't. No, I don't think there's any reason to box your arms.
Just making sure.
There's a lot of things that are said on this show.
Kevin, you promised.
Yeah,
I didn't promise. He said it. I had nothing to do with it.
By the way, I will gladly sacrifice
It's
my
between
nards.
you and the bird.
But you're right, though. There's
Yeah.
many things said on this show that don't come to fruition, like a dance contest.
Yeah. If we wanted to sit here and keep a tally of all the things that are said that weren't done,
Exactly.
we got a long list of stuff.
Bring it. I'll dance in the hall right now.
You will not. I'm calling her bluff. She won't do it. Plus, I don't think Kevin wants us to do it anyway.
How about you dance while you box his nards?
Oh my gosh, that's the best idea ever.
Multitasking.
Okay.
We kill two birds with one stone.
Well, we got Jbird's home update. What about his health? You said on Friday you thought you were going to get the results, and you had not. But apparently yesterday you found out because you had taken a blood test.
After several.
And you're trying to figure out what the results are. And, of course, people are putting the fear of God in. You'd be like, oh, Bird, you got this. Oh, Bird, you got that. So what wound up happening is the results.
It was a virtual meeting with my doctor who I really, really love. And so I didn't say anything on the air because I didn't know what was going on. And I didn't want all these opinions coming at me. But on one of my tests, my iron was through the roof to the point where it was alarming.
Okay.
And we were all concerned about that.
Because iron elevated levels means what?
I've read so much about it. It's different depending on what kind of iron's going on. Long story short, it was kind of scary, but they thought it might have been a mistake on the blood test.
Okay.
Which, you're like, okay, cool. But the blood tests, they take a little bit of time sometimes, as we know with corona and all that. So there's a lot of waiting around. I had 2 different blood tests, and both of them had some weird anomalies on there. But the thing that we were concerned about was the iron and also a slight elevation of my kidney, because I got the one kidney that had showed up on the test. Well, we took the test, and the one anomaly was absolutely a mistake. My iron is fine. There's nothing to worry about.
All right.
And that was the one that I was really scared about because it was such an alarming number. But it's been confirmed without a doubt after several tests. It was a mistake on the first one.
Okay.
Yes. And with the kidney thing, it's slightly elevated, but that's normal sometimes when you have one kidney because you only have one kidney, you're working harder than normal.
Okay.
So that seemed to not be as a serious thing either. So it looks like
great news.
Everything is all good with my test. But it just shows you need to get a second opinion, get a third opinion sometimes when it comes to the blood test. They told me mistakes in blood work happen quite a bit. And it can be an alarming kind of a thing. Especially what I started doing was I started taking my numbers and I started plugging them into the internet and reading all this stuff about, oh my gosh, if you test this number for your iron, what does that mean? And it wasn't good.
Yeah.
But thank goodness it was a mistake. This happened to a friend of mine before. They gave this person a positive hepatitis C test.
Oh, geez.
For an entire weekend, they thought they had hepatitis C.
That's terrible.
They call back to the doctor and they go, oh, yeah, whoever told you that you have hepatitis C, they're wrong. They read the chart wrong.
Oh my
You're
gosh.
negative for hep
Yeah.
C. It just shows you.
Don't go to the doctor.
Don't go to the doctor ever. Ignorance is bliss, Kevin.
Oh, yeah, okay.
It's not what it shows you.
And drink
Yeah.
your feelings away.
Okay.
But yeah, I didn't need all the opinions of people saying, you see, you drank too much, you blew out your kidney. None of that's true.
Yeah.
None of that's true. But those are some of the comments I was getting from people. And it gets in your head and it makes you feel bad. And it was making me feel bad. So I kind of had to eject from reading a lot of the comments because some of them weren't positive.
So you changed up your diet just for the month of October. Will there be continual changes that will stay with you into November, or do you go back to eating the way that you were in August and September?
I was going psycho with my diet because I thought I was dying.
Yeah.
But the one thing that I do know, I have to have regular exercise on constantly.
Yeah.
And I'm upping my water intake. It's important for me to stay hydrated because of my kidney.
Yeah.
I struggle with water. I hate water. Even when you put that Mio stuff in there, I just don't like water, man.
Yeah.
It's a big challenge and chore for me. So the water uptake's gonna have to be more of a regular thing for me and more other on the reg.
Okay.
But
Other than
yeah,
that,
I talked to my doctor about my diet, and she said, "Dude, you're fine. You're living in both worlds."
okay. All right. Well, there you go. So Jbird is A-okay. That's great news.
Feel much
That
better.
is.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
Good stuff. All right, are you an animal enthusiast? We'll find out here for certain with a round of Denny's or Animal here. We got some fun little animal noises for Justin in Lake Worth Beach. What's up, Justin?
What is up, KVJ?
Yeah. Okay, Denny's is going to try to trick you here. He's got some different sounds. Some of these are real. Some of these he has made himself. You just got to try to tell us the difference. We're going to start you off here with an owl in the night. That's O-W-L, not A-L. Because they sound different.
I'm gonna get triggered. I had that owl living in my tree that wouldn't let me sleep.
Oh, geez. Yeah, this might be it. Who knows? Maybe this is what the audio's from. What do you think here, Justin?
Oh, that's one of those tickling owls. It's getting tickled.
That's interesting. Okay. What do you think about that? Is that Denny's or is that Animal there, Justin?
Oh, man, that sounded really real, but I'm going to go with my gut instinct, and I'm going to go with Denny's.
Yeah.
Gonna go with Denny's on that. Yeah, he's getting good, but that actually was Denny's. Very nice. Yeah, he's. That's good.
That sounds more like an owl.
Yeah,
AL.
an AL, not an OWL. Okay, 1 for 1, starting off great. How about this, Jbird? You're talking about bufo toads that have been going on with all the rain we've been getting here in South Florida.
Terrible for dogs, Virginia.
What do you think about this? These are bufo toads croaking loudly. Is this Denny's or Animal? Wow, how about that, huh? These things are annoying.
It's
What you hear all night long.
sort of sounds like Virginia laughing at one of her own jokes.
It's like a slow, methodical laugh.
Maybe she had a couple in her.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm laughing on pills.
Is that what that is?
It's a little slower.
That's pill laughter? Is that what that is? Okay, all right.
It was funny, but I can't be bothered.
What do you have here? Do we have Virginia or Animal? What do you think here?
I'm going to go with Animal. It sounds like what I hear outside every day.
Okay, Justin's going to say that is the real Animal, the bufo toad, and you, my friend, are correct. Yes.
I swear I got a million of them outside my place. It's so loud at nighttime. They're having like a bufo toad orgy.
Yeah. Yeah, well, they've loved the last week.
They have.
Oh my gosh, yes. All this rain.
They hide. I hit one of them with my foot the other day.
Ugh.
It still feels slime.
Had a terrifying story just in time for Halloween yesterday about these murder hornets. They had found a nest in Washington State. They had to go vacuum it out, and they're afraid that there might be other nests. These really dastardly hornets, really nasty, and apparently they decapitate honeybees.
Oh my.
And they're just terrible.
Wow.
Yeah, they're very vicious. So here we have terrifying sound. This is murder hornets chasing a person. This might have happened the other day when they were trying to take out their nests.
Oh, this might be from the news.
Yeah, I think this might be a news clip here. What do you think? Is this Denny's or Animal?
Oh God! Wasp! Help! Wasp!
The guy, no wonder he's not qualified to be there. He doesn't know they're hornets.
They're murder hornets, sir.
Yeah, he
Sounds-
doesn't even know the difference.
It's only moving slow, too.
They're not murder wasps. They're murder hornets.
Oh God!
Yeah, terrorists.
Wasp!
Yeah, wasps.
Well, he's scared. He doesn't, you know what I mean? You didn't know what's going on.
Yes. Okay. What do you think about that, Justin? Is that Denny's or is that Animal on that?
Oh, man, I think I heard something on the news of that. It sounded just like that. But, I'm going to go again with my gut instinct, and it's telling me to say it's Denny's.
I love how this guy's fake playing along. You know what I mean? He's like, I don't know. I think it's the news clip, but I think it's
He's
Denny's.
adding more drama to the whole segment.
I love it.
You get it.
Which is what I like. And yes, thank you for that enthusiasm there. Justin, you are definitely an animal enthusiast. Congratulations, a perfect score in Denny's or Animal.
Oh, that's beautiful. I get a certificate, right?
Yes,
Oh,
it's in the mail.
definitely.
Don't worry. It's on its way. Don't worry, yes.
Drama, you got drama and you gotta tell all. You love to complain about your pain. Hey, you're Facebook fishing.
All right, we're lucky. We get an encore performance of Denny's acting here today. We got a little bit of that earlier when he was doing a great rendition of a guy being chased by murder hornets.
Oh God! Wasp!
Yeah.
Help! Wasp!
If you were just captivated by that, good news, more coming here.
Oh, there's a buzz in the office about it. Everyone's talking about Denny's B
Yeah.
sound.
Oh, a buzz in the office.
Buzz in the office. All right, well, what we got here is people finding it out on Facebook about their I voted stickers. Unbelievable.
So where's the controversy with that?
You'll find out here in a second. Dylan is the one who started off the fight. I'll play the role of Dylan. Bird, you can be Andrea. We'll have Denny's playing Arn. And Arn, A-R-N.
That's a
is
name?
the name, Arn. And Virginia, you can be Glenn.
Okay.
Uh-huh.
I've never heard anybody named Arn.
Arn Anderson.
Who?
He's a wrestler from the 70s/80s, 90s, and 2000. He's been around for a while.
Nobody's heard of.
All right. Arn. All right. Well, here's what Dylan had to post up on Facebook. People who post pictures of themselves bragging about voting are annoying. Big deal, you voted. You're no better than me. Sit down, attention whores. Nobody cares about who the hell you vote for.
Whoa, who peed in your oatmeal this morning? I posted a pic of me wearing a I voted sticker. Do you think that makes me an attention whore?
Yes. If you're bragging about something so corrupt as voting, I feel like you're a virtual signaling attention whore. Sorry, not sorry.
Here comes Arn. Did somebody say hoo-haw? I guess, did somebody say whore? We must be talking about Dylan's mom.
There's that acting.
I don't know why it says whore.
I think that's a mistake.
It's a typo, Arn.
My mom is dead, dumbass. But nice try. Typical liberal. Has to resort to name calling. Why don't you go crawl back to your safe space and cry about the plandemic some more? I love seeing liberal tears just falling.
The only thing everyone is gonna see falling is me knocking you on your gargoyle-looking ass. Oh. People should be proud of voting you, jackass.
Dylan, you need to take your toxic masculinity and shove it up where the sun don't shine. Everyone knows you've turned into a major a-hole ever since you started losing your hair. Yeah, you're bald. Don't be so mad, bro. It's okay that you look like a giant penis with sideburns.
That's not a good look.
Yeah.
Good call, Andrea. I'm actually looking at Dylan's picture now, and he does look like a pecker with sideburns. I get why this clown is so mad. Also, anyone this outspoken and mad about voting clearly has Russian ties and is a Putin loyalist. Just saying.
Whatever you say, Glenn. I hate the Russians. I won't even use Russian dressing. That's how much I'm against those commie bastards. I may look like a penis, but you look like Humpty Dumpty on meth.
Humpty Dumpty on meth. Great reference, bruh. Sorry, it's really hard to take you seriously. All I can see now is a man who looks like a penis with sideburns. Go back to loving your boy Putin. Putin. Pew pew. We know where your loyalties lie.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah.
So just voting stickers is controversial.
Anything is going to be controversial. How many days do we have left?
It's right around the corner.
It is 1 week away.
It goes full moon Halloween and then right into Super Tuesday.
And then right into Civil War.
Gosh. We've got Halloween Saturday. We've got daylight saving on the 1st, right? That's Sunday.
Yes, Sunday.
Then we have Election Tuesday, Super Tuesday. That is 3 out of 4 days.
And then civil unrest from Wednesday on.
Then you have Wednesday. We still haven't elected a president. Don't forget about that day.
You don't think so? You think there's going to be a fight?
I think there's going to be a fight.
I don't.
Wow.
I'll tell you one thing. The one thing I do know for certain is I feel bad for this SOB. Denny's sitting right next to me because he has to answer phones that day.
Oh.
Good luck with that.
Yes.
Maybe we should call in.
No, we ain't no chumps.
I'm not a chump. I'm tired.
You're just old. You
I'm
old.
old. I'm old and tired, and I'm tired of people yelling about politics. It's terrible.
Okay.
Over it.
Virginia's cracking.
She is. She's starting to lose it.
Like a purse egg.
Look out. She's starting to lose it. All right. Well, this is a fun little exercise that I gave everybody around Halloween time to try to stretch your creativity here. Scary story in 4 words. Can you make something frightening in just 4 words? That is the ultimate question we have here. This is Denny's nickel scary music here.
I love it.
How much you pay for that one?
So it wasn't much. The generic beds are, they're nice.
It sort of sounds like Christmas and Halloween mixed together.
Like creepy Christmas.
Right. It kind of does. I don't know what I'm celebrating here. You mixed them both together.
It's a season of slaying.
Okay, here is an example of something in 4 words that might terrify you. I'll give you a radio warning. Muffled crying. Empty house.
Oh boy.
See how that is? Muffled crying, empty house, and it helps if you speak in a scary voice, Virginia. Which you do anyway.
I do. This one happened in my house last night. Poop on the rug.
Oh.
That is terrifying.
Yeah.
I got one, but you
Bird?
got the ketchup? No, it's blood.
Terrifying, Jbird. Okay, do you have one for us? That's how you do it. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. You can call or text in yours here at the KVJ Show.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
Got some good submissions here. The little challenge that I give you every year to write a scary story in just 4 words. Here's some of the favorite submissions that we've just received via text here at the KVJ Show. Tell me which one you think has done the best scary story in just 4 words. Giggling from her coffin.
Oh, what is so funny?
Kids are too quiet. Kids actually are good. When kids are quiet, it is terrifying.
You just pray they're on some kind of device.
Yes.
Because if they're just quiet and they're doing something like a project in their room, it's going to be bad for you.
Like, could you imagine if you were getting ready to go to sleep and your kid is standing over you and you look up and they say, "Don't go to sleep."
Horrifying.
That would be so terrifying. Whispering children is still one of the most terrifying things that you can see. A couple other ones that people put in here for the scary story in 4 words. I'm from the IRS. Oh. Yes, that is terrifying for most.
Bastards.
Where's Dad? Buried alive.
We're out of beer.
Oh, Virginia, terrifying.
I ate your mother.
Yes.
Well,
Are we talking sexually?
Yeah, I was like, Dad, that's a little too much information.
sorry, kids.
Yeah. Dad, you been drinking again?
Oh yeah.
That's why we're out of beer, Virginia.
That's why we're out of beer.
Yeah.
This lush.
Dad drank it all. Now he's weirding everybody out.
He's dressing like he's from 1973.
Yeah. A lot of people got this during the pandemic. No more toilet paper.
Oh, yes. That was very scary.
Jbird, tell me, I hear this said a lot about you when women are texting into the show. I'm the female you.
I probably get that about 3 times a week. You got to hook me up with him. I'm the female Jbird.
We're just so alike. We're identical.
I love Bigfoot.
Oh, let me tell you
I
right.
love Bigfoot.
If you're over the top like that, he couldn't handle himself.
I can't. No, I annoy myself constantly. I can't have a spitting image.
This might have been Demon Beer Dan in the KVJ TV chat room. 4th dirt was added.
Metal Beard Dan always going after the witch.
Bring it, Dan.
What's that smell? Brains. I only got a couple more.
Only a couple more. He loves this
That
exercise.
means he has 7.
Yeah. Don't worry. I'll bring it back. We still got all the way through the end of the week.
Yeah, I mean,
You got plenty of time.
It's Tuesday. Turbo, slow your roll.
I don't think you got enough time for what I got.
Oh, yeah. You just give me one more.
I humped a cactus.
Wait, is this still the exercise, or is this KVJ confessional?
Horrifying. Or this picture you've been kidnapped.
I don't think you get the bit.
I do. At least I'm over here singing and dancing. I'm singing for my supper over here.
Yeah, you are.
I'm trying to keep the lights on. I'm working.
You're putting in the work.
Why don't you concentrate on your 9th dirt of the day, which is the most horrifying thing?
This is a good one. Oh my gosh, this is terrifying to me. I didn't hit save.
Oh.
Isn't that is that moment when you realize it's gone and it's just gone?
I literally cried in the bathroom sitting on the floor recently because I crafted this whole email.
Yeah.
And it was so long and it was so good.
Yes.
And
Oh, gosh.
I don't know what happened. I didn't hit save. I hit send. It did not send.
That's one of those problems that only you know the rage. Nobody in the world cares. Nobody
man.
cares that you deleted anything. So you could tell
No.
people, oh, I can't believe it. They don't care. That's what even makes it that much more.
It makes you more angry
It
when they don't
does.
sympathize.
It really does.
Yeah.
I wrote it again. It was terrible.
It's
it was
awful.
not good.
I've done that with work prep. I'll have the whole thing and something happen and it's just gone.
Oh, it's
You
just
can't-
gone.
You can't find it.
It's just gone.
So not fair.
It's terrifying. You want to listen up at the top of the hour, 9 to 5. Every single weekday, pick up $100 and qualify for $5,000 in cash. That's how nice it is with just a 1 in 45 chance of winning. Pretty good little deal, considering every single winner you're going to hear is going to be right here in South Florida. Happens all day, every day. Weekdays, baby. The $5,000 workday payday. Boy, taking a look at this Hurricane Zeta, Virginia is mentioned in your poor Gulf of Mexico. The area where you're from in New Orleans is getting pounded this year. This would be the 8th storm to make landfall along the Gulf Coast this season. It'd be a record 5th named storm to hit Louisiana.
It's crazy to think about. But yeah, imagine we got rocked a few years back and we got 3 and we were devastated. Imagine 6. 6 times it's coming right for you.
Yeah.
New Orleans has been super lucky. So storms have gone to the west, storms have gone to the east, and so far, knock on wood, they have been spared. But, you know, right now they're right in the middle of that cone.
Yeah, it's luckily a Category 1, I believe, right now. Is that?
They're saying it's a Category 1. That means it's going to be a Category 4. You know, they don't get it right. It's too early.
Okay. I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens, especially along the Alabama coast there, because after the first storm, the interview that I saw on TV was they were talking to people whose homes were just all strewn about and messed up, and they said, you know what, we don't know if we're going to rebuild. We might just get out of here. And I'm wondering how that might change the population of the Alabama coast, especially to get hit by that many storms where people are just saying, we can't rebuild, and why would we? Because this is the new reality, living along the water in the southeastern part or the south central part of the United States.
There's got to be some kind of like jet stream or something that goes on that just the fact that they get hit so often is weird.
Yeah, this year they have been decimated. It's weird. It is super weird. But some of those people, I mean, imagine you're going through COVID, you're going through all the political drama, and now you're going through all the hurricane stuff. Like, yeah, you might want to go inland.
There's a shortage on pepperoni. There's a lot going on right now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of problems. Yeah, can't get Dr. Pepper a lot of times.
That's very, very true.
Yeah, so there's just the 2020, man.
2020, it's working us over.
Yeah, it is.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Yeah. And we might be marching into the craziest week of 2020 here. I know it's been crazy, but boy.
No, you are right. It's coming.
Yeah, with Super Tuesday 1 week away. You've got Halloween on a Saturday with a full moon coming up. You've got the daylight saving that is the day after.
I saw a lot of cities are boarding up again in anticipation for what could happen after Election Day.
Really? Wow.
So we're getting ready for hurricanes and riots?
Yeah.
Jeez. Crazy stuff, huh?
My soul is so tired.
Yeah. Well, we are the epicenter for a lot of the action. Trump just voted in West Palm Beach on Saturday, and now First Lady Melania Trump said she's going to be casting her vote on Election Day in Palm Beach. So a week from today, the First Lady will be in town to vote. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know if it's going to be the real Melania or the fake body double they keep using.
They keep putting the pictures out of this body double, and she does look a little different.
It's so funny, yeah, this whole Melania body double, fake Melania stuff that they have.
This is amazing. If this is real, I mean, this is amazing.
It's so bizarre, isn't it? I'm like...
I need it.
Okay, it's just comically odd. It just feels like you're living in a weird movie, but it's actually reality. And it is crazy. And we got to get this election stuff over because people are losing their marbles. I'm sure you probably heard about the guy in Haines City that stole the front loader and then went on a joyride, took out a fence, and then started going after Joe Biden campaign signs.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, happened right in the middle of the afternoon. This 26-year-old just hops on the construction equipment at a nearby construction site and goes for a little bit of a joyride.
I just cannot believe that we're really in this age of time that we're dealing with this again.
Next thing we know, we see him bike up, rev up the engine, and just run over this fence. I kind of followed the guy along, and the whole time he's stopping traffic, cussing everybody out. They had a Biden sign as he went down the road. He goes over there, and they had about 4 or 5 signs. He took the front end loader, and he actually dug them up.
Mm-hmm. If there's any excuse, he was drunk, but I don't know if that's going to fly.
It's not an excuse.
No.
I mean, you've done so much damage. For what?
Yeah.
For what?
Crazy. Well, don't forget, we still have COVID going on. Who knows what's happening with that? Everybody's got their own little thoughts on the numbers. Do we have a second wave and a spike on the way or not?
The only person I get...
Oh, you turned your microphone off. You got hamburger hands over there.
It wasn't that good of a statement. I was gonna say the only news I get my stats from is positive K. See, I told you it wasn't that good.
Okay, I liked it.
It was supportive.
It was supportive.
It was nice. Thank you. Well, listen, this lawsuit going on in Miami, a nurse is suing a doctor that she works with because she says that she was deliberately exposed to COVID.
Deliberately?
Yes.
Or just by the nature of the trade?
Well, the working physician apparently went to that winter party festival the weekend of March 7th. You remember that was rumored to be the first super spreader event here in South Florida, because that was really before we really knew what was going on. And then they started getting all these stories about all these people that were getting COVID coming out of the winter party festival. That was the 7th. And remember, it was a week later we really started to lock down.
It was a lockdown on the 11th.
So apparently he goes to that and he's got a little bit of a cough, and she questions him about it, and he breathes on her face and says, well, if I got it, now you got it.
He did?
And maybe it was before we understood what we were dealing with, but she's saying in her lawsuit that she and her 2-year-old then contracted the virus, and as a result, she suffered blood clots and pulmonary embolisms, and she also suffers from asthma.
Oh, boy. Were there any witnesses that saw him do that?
I don't know. They'd have to probably get into the details of the lawsuit to find that out.
That's
Didn't say in the
pretty
story.
heavy. If a layman coughs on you being a jerk on March 7th, okay. But you're talking about a doctor did this?
Yeah.
He knows better.
And apparently they also had some COVID-19 tests in the medical office where they worked there on Biscayne Boulevard, and they had said, hey, can we use these tests? And it was not allowed. So they said that is part of the complaint as well. And when asked if we could all wear masks, it was initially denied. Because remember, in March at that time, keep in mind, we've had different attitudes towards masks.
They were for healthcare workers back in March.
Mm-hmm.
But these guys are healthcare workers. So if the doctor wouldn't let his staff wear masks and he's coughing in his employees' faces, this guy's not doing it right.
That's rude, completely uncalled for. It's going to be interesting to see, one, can you definitely link the COVID back to one person? And what if you had an office that was caught up in what was happening on the news at the time, and they used that as their justification for not handing out the masks or not allowing them, saying, they're telling us not to wear them. We don't want people wearing them.
Because according to my sources, we kind of did our own little experiment with our whole COVID thing that happened with our show, and it does show that it's been linked to Virginia. She's the one that gave it to me first.
So we can start the lawsuits now?
Absolutely.
Is that it? Okay.
Oh, I'm suing her for a couple things.
Okay.
You never got it.
Still suing you. Emotional distress.
No surprise here. They say scams on social media are skyrocketing during the coronavirus. The FTC is reporting all kinds of scams with people losing tons of money on Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, Snapchat, TikTok, Twitter. They say that a lot of people are doing online shopping scams, romance scams, economic relief or income opportunity scams.
Oh my gosh.
It's on every social media platform, and
I
they're
get hit
selling you on everything.
every day. They email me, they text me, they call my phone. I can't believe the amount of scams people are running right now.
I feel like, I don't know if it's a scam or not, but someone sent me, it looked like a handwritten letter to me. It was addressed to me. It looked like somebody I knew in Oregon sent it to me, and I'm opening it up, and it was in a nice letter, and it was a whole ploy to get me to vote for something. It was all this really weird thing.
Panda got one too. A handwritten letter asking him to vote. I don't even remember which way, one way or the other, but it was so bizarre because it was all handwritten.
It made me kind of go, I think they're trying to trick me here with the handwriting and making it seem like I know this person, and I didn't know the person.
I mean, what a waste of time just to sit in your house and write letters.
Can you print out a handwritten letter?
That's what I was wondering, but even the front of the envelope looked like they wrote it. There was even kind of like ink drippings on there.
It was a drippy letter?
I'm just saying, it looked like there was drippings.
I hate drippy letters.
The drippings.
Damn.
There's also a driving school in Oakland Park that got into trouble with the Department of Highway Safety and Motor Vehicles. A universal driving school there apparently was suspended after investigators said it was providing correct answers to people taking a written driver's test.
You can't help people cheat.
No.
Because they've paid you extra.
Apparently, some of the investigators charged undercover investigators at least $400 to take the exam and then ensured that they would pass it. Big, don't worry, $400, you're good.
$400, we got you.
Yeah, so we're sending all these people who can't pass the test out onto South Florida roadways, which would explain a lot, actually.
It actually would.
Yeah, it would explain a lot. Well, you can thank that great universal driving school in Oakland Park for the bad driving you
Thanks,
see there.
douchebags.
There's a drunk guy in Pennsylvania got arrested after he was running around at 5 a.m. screaming that he was the son of God and throwing mailboxes.
Was he?
They are still waiting to see, but apparently how far he was throwing mailboxes led them to believe he was not God.
Because you're the religious one on the show. Is that in the Bible at all, where people throw mailboxes?
I think he's trying to say
God throwing
he's
mailboxes.
Jesus, if he's the son of God, right? The second Jesus.
Yes.
So, I mean,
No
are
word
we
on how
sure
far.
he's not?
Never seen Jesus throw a mailbox.
That's what I'm saying. It doesn't seem Jesus-like. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I guess how do you vouch for somebody like that? There's a guy in England that broke into a restaurant over the weekend, but he was caught after he fell asleep in the bathroom, big dummy. The cops found him next to a mop bucket filled with alcohol and a half-eaten cheesecake.
Did he start hitting the booze and then pass out in there?
Sounds like it, yeah.
Gosh,
Yeah.
how good does cheesecake sound?
Oh my gosh.
so good.
Cheesecake with a layer of strawberry shortcake, then a layer of cheesecake.
I want fudge, Fat Kevin. Like a fudgy cheesecake.
You do? Okay.
That story triggered me.
Yeah, you're ready to go, huh? You can tell you're ready to pop on Saturday.
I'm gonna
You've been
pop.
eating
Yeah.
healthy all the month of October.
I'm gonna pop
Yeah.
real hard.
Don't know if you guys knew, but today is National Black Cat Day. And to celebrate, a cat in the UK figured out how to turn on a sink and block the drain, so she flooded her owner's home. So
That
Nice
shows
way
you
to celebrate,
if cats had the ability to screw humans over, they would.
They say that. They say cats would eat you if they could.
I think dogs would too. If you die and no one ever finds you.
If you die, yeah, I think dogs have to eat you to live. But cats will kill you
Just
in
for
your
fun.
sleep just for sport.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Denny's, the restaurant, not the producer, is offering a blue version of its Moons Over My Hammy sandwich on Halloween. I guess the bread is going to be blue. They got a blue moon on Halloween.
It's ridiculous.
It's going to honor that.
That's so stupid.
Good news is it's only available in South Florida at their locations in Miami.
I'm kind of with
Moons
Virginia.
over Miami,
You-
Miami.
You have a chance to do something cool on Halloween. You're going with blue.
Blue
moon.
It's missing the mark, Denny's.
Miami, my hammy.
I want to like it, Denny's. I want to.
Okay, all right. NASA, very excited. They said they found definite evidence of water on the moon.
Virginia.
Yeah.
This should not at all excite you whatsoever.
Yeah.
You know how I feel about space? Space is a waste.
You like the moon, though.
I do like the moon.
Yeah, they said they found it around a crater, but they say the abundance is extremely low, so not a lot of it.
They lead the league in stories that are not stories.
And they teased it for several days, like big announcement on Monday.
No,
and then,
stop with the water on the planets. I don't give a frog's fat
We
ass.
found the tiniest of puddles that couldn't sustain life.
Yeah, show me an alien arm. Give me an eyeball.
Thank you. March an alien in here and let us interview him.
I'm not impressed with the water anymore.
just in time for Halloween on Saturday, Four Loko is releasing new quote-unquote bottled shots.
Okay.
You're not getting it.
Please.
No.
Please.
You're not allowed Four Loko anymore.
Wow, Four Loko.
It was one mistake, one night.
No, one night, a lot of mistakes.
They say it's guaranteed to make your vomit all sorts of fun colors.
Huh.
That's the only thing you didn't do that night was vomit.
Vomiting's for rookies.
Lord knows she farted a lot. That's a fact.
Can I have vomit?
She farted me out of the room. I had to leave between her farting and Panda snoring. I couldn't sleep.
We sound like a symphony.
Oh, that's
a
tough.
gross symphony.
A gross symphony. And this is a fun little blunder that happened to a contestant that was on a family game show in the UK. Now, they often ask these questions, which I think are leading, and they know they're going to get something like this. I mean, come on, because the contestant was asked, name something you put in your mouth but don't swallow.
Okay. I mean, we
We
know
asked
that.
100 people, name something you put in your mouth, but you don't swallow. Hush.
Can you imagine what was said?
Is he up there on the board? Our survey said no.
Oh,
What kind
wow.
of buzzer is that? Is that the fart buzzer?
It sounds like Virginia's buzzer when she's playing games.
Oh, boy, listen.
Yeah. I mean, that's tough.
You gotta do that sometimes in that game when you do the initial. You'll say something that kind of leads us down. What's something long, pleasurable that starts with a, and then we're like banana.
We can't say vibrator.
Yeah, no.
No.
Yeah, so there you go. Anyway, that is your whacked out news. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes. How about this? $5,000. Yes, as chaotic as this week and weekend is going to be, it would be nice to end with the $5,000 workday payday. Here's what you do. You get qualified with $100 coming up in just about 5 minutes right here on the KVJ Show.
The 97.9 WRMF $5,000 Workday Payday. Be caller 9 right now at 877-979-WRMF to win $100 and get qualified for $5,000. Good luck from 97.9 WRMF.
A couple people sounding off here via text saying, I also got that weird handwritten letter you're talking about. So we live in Boynton, and the letter was from Lake Worth Beach. My girlfriend got hers last week. Mine came yesterday. Handwritten letters trying to get people to go out and vote.
I got
For who?
Honestly, I read it and I didn't even know who the hell they were talking about. It looked like it was from Oregon, so I'm thinking it's from my sister. Then I'm opening up, and in fact, I got two. I got a postcard, handwritten, the same thing. I'm like, oh, this is awesome. Someone's writing me a little postcard. You need to vote. I'm like, okay, I see what's going on here.
Well, I got another text, and maybe this explains it. Vote America volunteers sent those handwritten letters. We just want people to vote. It's bipartisan.
That might be it. That sounds sort of
I think Pandas was trying to encourage him to go one way, though.
my dad. There was.
I want to say there was, I don't remember which way it was, but there was definitely a you should vote for him.
One of them was definitely getting me to go for a candidate.
Okay.
I hadn't even heard of the candidate. It might have been old mail too. I don't know.
No,
It might have been from last year's or last 4 years election.
it was just Biden guy. Boy, listen to this email here. I bet a lot of people are probably going through this. It's to mail@kvjshow.com. I said, I met my husband back in 2016. We were married in 2018. We never thought too much about the fact that we belonged to different political parties until this year.
Uh-oh.
I know 2020 has been tough on a lot of people, but it was especially tough on our marriage. We especially noticed how the pandemic lockdowns and the intensity of the presidential election seemed to correspond at the exact same time. Being in the same house nonstop with excessive amounts of political commentary from everything happening in America put an unbearable strain on our marriage. Last month, we both decided that we needed a break from each other until after the election. So my husband got an efficiency hotel room, and he is gone until next weekend.
Wow.
We are planning a date night the Friday after the election, and we have both promised that we are not allowed to talk about politics.
Good.
We'd actually tried this promise when we were just living together, but we couldn't stick to it.
Well, what are you going to do at that point? After the election, one of you is going to be losing, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Nothing you can do about it.
So what are you arguing about?
Discussing it, even bringing it up, is futile and will only wreck your marriage.
It'll only bring up heartache and pain.
And he said, I was just curious if anyone else is going through something similar and how they have handled it.
My friend went through this. He was pro-Trump. His wife was very for Hillary. And they would fight on Facebook. It was crazy.
It's not a good look.
And eventually she won him over. Now he's a Democrat now, I think.
No way, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Maybe he's not so much a Democrat as he decided to change his mind about Trump, I think.
Someone's getting PM'd again. Politically motivated cynic.
I am so not.
Wow.
I just think it's fascinating when you have a couple that, you never thought it was going to be this contentious.
It's weird because my mom and dad were different political parties. Pretty much, their entire they never fought or even talked about politics. They just went their own way and voted for who they wanted, which was always on the opposite side of the aisle. But they never made it an issue.
You don't have to.
No.
Surprisingly, by the tone in our world today, you would think you had to, but you don't have to. You can actually vote and not tell anybody who you voted for.
We fought about food, not politics. It was weird.
Yeah, they asked, did anybody else have to go to the extremes of separating until after the election?
I mean, at that point, you guys kind of lost control of your emotions. You guys can't talk like adults. You guys got to you got to turn into CNN and Fox in the house.
You got to realize that some things are more important. Keeping your family together is more important.
Well, what I don't understand is, people have been arguing about politics since the beginning of politics. Arguing this, arguing that. I remember Ann would get all mad about politics and argue with some of her friends, and none of it mattered. It was such wasted time.
Nobody changes their mind.
Ever.
Everybody just raises their blood pressure. It's just a waste.
Mm-hmm. Somebody texted in and said, yeah, I've been with my wife for 13 years, and we were on opposite sides. Now we're on the same side, very passionate about what we think is right for the country, and there's no way we'd be able to stay around each other if we just met this year.
And I understand that sentiment, but I think there's a point where it gets to the point where there's not much you can do after, you know what I mean, other than fight.
When it's done, it's done. And I like the fact that they're going to come together and have date night after the election.
Yeah.
And hopefully stick to what they said and not talk about politics.
But I've already said too much. This whole conversation's been politically motivated, Virginia.
Somebody texted and said, yeah, I just found out my boyfriend of 10 months is a major Trump supporter, and I am not, and it's huge for me. We never talked about it, but I overheard a conversation he was having, and now I'm thinking that he doesn't work for me. Huh. Interesting.
Now's the time to make that decision while he's your boyfriend. Don't get into a marriage and then try to blow that up.
Don't get into a marriage if you can't deal with the fact that your mate is got on the opposite side politically.
Right.
So like my parents, they were able to handle it. Some people can't handle it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I think there are probably some relationships just like the email that we got where you have to say, you know what, maybe we just need to hit pause and we can reconvene next weekend. And hopefully life moving forward won't be as contentious.
For some, it won't. For some,
hopefully. Hopefully.
I think the problems happen is when you have people from all different parts of your family come over for a holiday and then they want to talk politics and they're using rhetoric you're not used to. and it gets people fired up.
I get so nervous when I'm with people that I like and they start talking about politics because I'm like, oh my God, please, no, don't let this turn into a fight with other people. Because you never know who somebody is in support of. And I prefer no one tell me who they're in support of because I don't care. But when you have two different people together and you're worried they're going to start fighting, that's awful.
I mean, I would talk politics with somebody if they weren't going to get mad about it. Some people can do that. A lot of people.
Show me.
Yeah.
Somebody said my father-in-law and his cousin, who have been best friends for 40-plus years, called it quits this year and refused to speak to each other because of competing political parties.
Wow.
You know, I hate to hear stories like that. I mean, 40-plus years and all those memories and everything you've done to have one political season ruin that kind of relationship where hopefully I think everybody just needs to, after whatever happens, and the election is over and we figured out who's going to be the president for the next 4 years, that you'll say, hey, let's hit the reset button. There was some stuff maybe I said, did, and let's try to patch these kind of things.
Well,
to me, I can't even imagine a 40-year plus relationship that is flush because of this.
That's going to require somebody,
Yeah.
you know, softening their stance with their ego, and a lot of people don't want to be wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know, whatever they think is right, they like to dig their heels in. It always takes a little bit of flexibility when there's a fight like that.
Jessica from Loxahatchee said, my parents have been married for 35 years and my dad supported Trump in the last election. My mom hates him so much. My dad didn't even vote because he got so much. He wanted peace at home more and he wanted to get his vote in. Wow. I'm sure those kind of things are happening. In
Oh, I'm
relationships,
sure.
too.
Or someone's not voting because they're afraid of. Or I bet they're voting and they lie about who. I've known people who've done that before.
Sure.
Mm-hmm. So.
Whatever you have to do to keep the peace in your life, with your friends, with your family, if that means lying to them, I'm in favor of that.
I've noticed people on my Facebook feed, and I'll know both parties, and they're good friends, and I see them become not friends anymore on Facebook. Like you see it in real time as they're arguing, and they won't speak with one another.
Yeah.
It's very sad.
It is, and that's why I hope that, you know, everybody will just be like, look, let's realize that we need a period of healing when we're done with all this, and let's just try to take a deep breath after the election and maybe repatch some of those friendships and relationships that we ruined during the whole presidential campaign.
How dare you tell me how to live my life?
It'll either be that or civil war, so pick one.
I go peace, but we'll see what people choose.
97.9 WRMF and the $5,000 workday payday.
We do things that everybody can agree on. Getting free money seems to be pretty agreeable for most people. The $5,000 workday payday, and we got Jamie here from West Palm Beach. Hello, Jamie.
Hi.
How are you doing?
Awesome now.
Yeah, I bet, right? Well, $100 is what you got, and you're qualified for $5,000. You'll find out on Friday if you win, okay?
That is awesome. Thank you, guys.
You are so welcome. In less than an hour, we're going to do it again, 9 a.m. to 5 p.m. on the hour. Listen up. $100, you get qualified like that, and you can win $5,000 every single Friday.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
Kind of have a little bit of a backlog from previous weeks, so I apologize if you text in your confession and I did not get to them. It's not about when, but that you did. That's all that matters.
Yeah, when the student is ready, the teacher will appear. Right, Kev?
I don't know what that means. If you got something you'd like to confess to get off your chest here, you can do it anonymously. 877-979-WRMF. Thought this was a little bit odd. Do you like the smell of something interesting that maybe you shouldn't like the smell of? Because
Yes.
somebody confessed, they said, I love the smell of urinal cakes.
Oh,
Well, not with the
used?
No, not used, but out of the package. I totally know what they're talking about. It's the same kind of feeling you get with the Pine Sol.
Did you write in?
No, I'm just keeping it real.
Is that you? Did you send Kevin an email?
No, but I will. Kevin, so many emails today.
I know, thank you. Says sometimes I just linger in the toilet, just inhaling deeply.
Oh.
Okay,
That's gross.
that is kind of gross. I guess that's
but
why
right-
they're anonymous here.
Out of the package, though, it's not bad.
Somebody else texted in and said, not my confession, but a friend told me that she's trying to get pregnant and her husband isn't getting the job done. So she's been secretly seeing a sperm donor on the side.
Oh, my.
That should go well.
Whoa.
Now, she's sleeping with the guy, or there's somebody who's giving her a sperm donation, like in a cup?
I would assume a sperm donor is you're going into a clinic and you're getting it done that way.
Okay.
Yeah. would be my
That's
thought.
less offensive than, sleeping with somebody on the side.
Yeah, I think that's what that's all about. Because otherwise, you're just having an affair. Yeah, it's a little different.
But sometimes people call men sperm donors, too.
Okay. I don't know. This one says, I've got a slight cough, so my wife has taken herself and the kids to live with her mom until I get my test results back. It's been 3 days, and honestly, I haven't even gone yet. The piece has been amazing.
Ride that wave.
Just tell her you have it. Then you get 2 weeks.
Yeah, you're right. That's what, maybe he's planning on still doing the 2 weeks, but he's trying to buy as much as he can get. Yeah, still don't have the results. Oh, yeah, what do you know?
Still waiting.
Oh, gosh, I'm COVID positive. Oh, no. Oh, no. Somebody texted in a confession. They said, I worked in a grocery store on checkouts for over 15 years, and if I thought somebody looked hard up or they were especially polite, I would forget to scan maybe 4 or 5 of their items.
Wow.
And let them have it for free. I must have run into the thousands that I would give away every single year. Does that happen?
Never to me.
Not to me.
I never thought of that.
Maybe at some shady bootleg grocery stores.
Yeah, because I thought they. Well, I don't know. because
Publix don't play.
I can see Publix not playing because I think they got a pretty good inventory. And I know I pick on Walmart a lot. I just don't see how Walmart could keep up. It's such chaos with.
Yeah.
I just don't see how they could keep up.
Has anyone else ever done that? Is that possible? How would that work
I don't
out?
think the Walmart checkout girl wants me to have any savings.
No.
She hates me.
Yeah, she does.
She does, yes. Somebody said, I anonymously sent screenshots of my manager's racist Facebook post to HR. A few days later, we were told that he had left the company.
Good.
I applied for his job and got it along with a $15,000 pay raise.
Okay, let's go.
Wow, that worked out.
This is where the goodness won.
Yeah, that's kind of cool. Somebody texted in, I work with a bunch of people in their 20s and they keep me feeling young until today when one of the girls spilled her salad dressing on her black dress and I commented that she looked to be the Monica Lewinsky of The Office. And I look around the table and see a sea of blank faces. I'm so old.
You're probably good they didn't get that joke because it's a little off color.
That is a little off color. Yeah, I don't know if you should be telling that to coworkers.
I liked it.
That's because you're in radio. In radio, there's no rules because we're a bunch of dirtbags. But yeah, in real jobs.
Dirtbags and pirates.
You can't say that in a real job these days.
Here's a submission for the KVJ Confessional. It says there was a break-in at work a few years back, and along with a few missing items, there was human poo found in our foreman's boots.
What?
Yes. I don't know who broke in, but I do know whose human poo it was. Me. Wow.
She pooed in the boot?
I might have been him.
Him?
That happened.
He pooed in a boot?
I think he saw the chaos of the break-in, hated the foreman, and was like, what do you know?
That happened on with my American Legion baseball team. One of the guys broke into one of my teammates' room and pooped in his cleats.
That's not American.
And my coach was not happy about it. They put orange juice and poop in the cleats.
Maybe I didn't take anything. I just left something.
And he was not happy about it. We all kind of got in trouble for that, even though I had nothing to do. I didn't even know about it until he was getting all mad about it. But it's a strong move.
Yeah, it's a power move.
It's a power move.
Another text confessional says, last Saturday I took a midday shower and worked out a little tug to some Pornhub on my phone while the family was downstairs. The audio wasn't working on the phone. I didn't think much of it until later I figured out why when I realized my phone was paired with Alexa in the kitchen. Wow. Okay.
This happens in my house all the time. Not to porn, but
Yeah.
to like someone will be in one room on their phone and they can't figure out why they can't hear anything on their phone. It's playing in the kitchen,
Oh,
loud
my
as
gosh.
could be.
Wow.
Oh,
okay.
that could so happen and ruin you with porn.
Yeah, it's nice you did it on a day when the whole family was home to enjoy it.
It's more of the KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
We were talking earlier about how many people are going to be trick-or-treating and doing parties and the such, and the number is down about half this year. And so if you're planning for trick-or-treaters coming to your door, what do you do? How much candy do you get? Do you get half of the candy? And do you consider it rude if kids start trick-or-treating and ringing your doorbell? Or do you just be preemptive and do those individually wrapped gift bags and put them at the end of the driveway? And then if somebody just takes them all early in the night, just say, well, I tried. Because that'll be a question. Because somebody said, yeah, I did that last year. I put out the bowl of candy, and the first kid came by and grabbed the whole bowl and took off running. I couldn't get him.
You got to have a sign out there and like a fake camera sign. We are filming you. We're watching all of your moves, kid. Don't you dare.
Yeah, I think if you do that move, probably sitting in the driveway, not that you want to, but that's probably the best way to do it. And then probably have a paintball gun would be my recommendation.
Did y'all ever have that one dude in your neighborhood that you'd walk up to their house to get some candy and you thought, oh, it's a cool little jack-o'-lantern guy. He's just a stuffed guy. And then all of a sudden, the jack-o'-lantern guy stands up and screams at you. It's a dude dressed up as the decoration.
Yeah.
Scares the pee out of the children.
That's awesome. And somebody in the neighborhood had one of those fake coffins, and when the kids would walk by it, he would jump out of it. I saw a kid get like 5 feet air. It was awesome.
That is impressive.
Kid launched himself back.
If you're trying to figure out how much candy to get, according to one survey I saw, it said 3 out of 4 parents said they still are taking their kids out trick-or-treating despite the COVID restrictions. So that's 75% on that one.
I really think you're going to see a lot of trick-or-treating this year.
Yeah.
Still.
So still be ready with the candy. Yeah, it sounds like a lot of people are probably going to be doing that. They say they will be limiting the amount of stops that they go to, though. 1/3 said that they will go to less. In fact, they were saying about maybe 5 spots is what they might limit their kids to. That's the
what I'm
average.
doing. That's what I'm only going to a select few houses that I know do it right. Some of the houses in my neighborhood also give out alcohol to the parents. I will be hitting those up.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not going to go to a bunch of strangers' doors that I don't know. That's the difference this year.
Yeah, they say they're limiting it to people that they know, and the average will be 5 houses will stop after trick-or-treating.
I'm going to really try to just walk down the street, and then if anybody has their stuff at the end of the driveway, go to those and not knock on any doors.
Okay.
I don't want to be that close.
Yeah, it'll be interesting if you're that person that you hide behind the door and you're waiting for kids to ring the doorbell and and then you may be one of those people that you don't want to have bags and bags of candy left over. I guess there are places to donate it, but it's quite a to-do, Virginia.
It is a to-do.
It is a to-do. Thought this was fun on Twitter. They had, if 2020 were a Halloween candy, it would be ...
Mike and Ike's. Those suck. Don't buy Mike and Ike's.
Don't buy Mike and Ike's.
Or black licorice. Kids hate that.
They hate it. They don't really love sweet tarts either. It's a very common. I don't know.
Sweet Tarts just said, you know what? I don't got the budget to help you out. I'm gonna skimp on you this year.
You know what it says? It has nothing to do with budget. It says, I don't have the heart to participate in Halloween. I'm going through the motions. Here's your sweet tart, kid. Now shut up.
Yeah.
That's what I feel.
Kind of feels like it. Some of the top answers on Twitter, individually wrapped pieces of candy corn.
I mean,
how depressing would that be, huh? Could you imagine?
Terrible.
I mean, that's the only good thing about candy corn is you at least don't have to wrestle with a wrapper.
Hard restaurant mints, too. If you're giving them out, it's old people candy.
Starlight mints.
Yeah.
Starlight mints.
If 2020 were a Halloween candy, absolutely, yeah. One of the top answers, Almond Joyless.
Oh.
Almond Joy, though.
Yeah.
Is delicious. I love those nuts they put in. Is it the Mounds? No, it's Almond Joy that put nuts in it.
It says almond in it. Yeah, that's where the nuts are.
Yeah, I'm talking the big, thick ones that you can follow, not like a Snickers where they're kind of grinded in there. I'm talking about a pure nut.
The whole thing.
Yes.
On top of it. Yeah.
We know you like a big nut, and yes, you will get it.
Fat Kevin knew what I was talking about.
I did.
And
yeah.
thank you for getting me.
I'm here. I do. I get you. I get you.
I know you hate candy corn, Jbird, but Jelly Belly, the maker of the jelly beans, put out a candy corn this year, and it is lovely.
Bring it in.
They're tinier.
Okay.
They're cleaner. They're smoother. They're delicious.
Why don't we have a big old party on Friday? Grilled cheese party, Halloween style on Friday? Oh, man.
We can do that.
I haven't had cheese in 30 days at that point.
Really?
Oh, give it to me, Mama. I need it.
Wow.
Oh, grilled cheese party. Day before Halloween, Coach?
Yeah, it sounds great for you. You're ready to go.
Oh, yeah. I'm primed.
We'll bring you
Yeah.
some salad, Kevin.
Yay.
Oh, yeah, you can't. It's the opposite of keto.
You're still doing keto? That's what you're doing still?
Yeah,
Even on Halloween?
Bring him a chicken wing.
yeah, it's pretty much how I live my life now.
He'll eat a chicken wing.
You'll be keto, you think, for life?
Probably, yeah. This is probably how I eat. Just not doing carbs and sugars.
That's a bold statement.
Yeah, but I feel better doing it this way.
You can feel a difference
Oh,
in
big time.
Really, with energy?
Yeah, I feel good.
Your body wants to
Yeah.
work like a machine, and carbs and sugars slow it down.
As soon as I put carbs or sugar in, I feel it.
It's
And-
sludge.
Yeah.
So when
Yeah.
you eat a carb or sugar,
Yeah.
what does that feel like to you?
It feels like you put sand in the tank.
And you kind of don't want to.
Yeah.
Your energy level goes
It's almost like a
down.
little bit of a hangover kind of like thing. You just, you feel, yeah.
Wow.
You can feel right away. It's not worth it.
I think my husband's going through that, and I think that he is addicted to carbs and sugar, and I think it's causing him to be real, like, sluggish.
The one thing my doctor did say that I didn't talk about during our little segment earlier, I have like B12 deficiency, so they got me on all kind of B12, and she told me that's supposed to really boost your energy. If you
Okay.
Yeah, it
are,
does.
if
Yeah.
you don't, if you're not getting it normally,
Yeah.
she says it hits you out of the blue all of a sudden. You do it for a few weeks or a couple, like 3 weeks, and then it starts really kicking
Yeah,
in.
my place Revive, they do the B12. You can go up there and, it's just, yeah.
And
if
you feel a difference?
Yeah, if you're doing the right things for your body will let you know. You will feel it. Yeah, and if you do the wrong thing, your body will let you know. At least where I am at my age.
Sure.
It'll let me know.
So what will you do about the grilled cheese party on Friday?
Take some B12 in the morning and then eat some grilled cheese in the daytime. Living in both worlds,
Yeah, it
baby.
doesn't affect everybody the same.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I can,
Yeah.
as long as I exercise, I can live in both worlds.
Everybody's different. So you got to figure out what works for you. So just because it works for me don't mean it's going to work for anybody else. A couple other ones here from Twitter. If 2020 were a Halloween candy, it would be a toothbrush. Yeah.
Yes, there was always somebody back in the day that handed out toothbrushes, and you're like, really, dude?
Thanks, dude. Yeah. And if 2020 were a Halloween candy, it would be chocolate-covered murder hornets. That feels about right, doesn't
That's
it?
beautiful.
That feels about right. Talking about this vitamin, somebody said, a couple weeks ago, I could barely walk, literally on crutches within a couple of days. My blood work showed very low B12 and low vitamin D. I had to go on high doses of B12 shots daily and vitamin D3, and it took a week before I was walking normal. Scariest thing I've ever been through.
Yeah, I had the same thing with the whole B12 thing.
Yeah, crazy stuff. Yeah, I'm doing the vitamin C, the vitamin D, kind of getting that pandemic stuff, all prepared, trying to fight off that coronavirus and keep the immune system high.
That's what my doctor told me. She said that so many people have their cholesterol is high. They've been drinking so much that everyone's numbers are off right now
I
during
bet, yeah.
the pandemic.
Yeah, I can see that big time.
Oh, no doubt. Yeah, it's definitely happening. Also saw, too, they found that a daily dose of aspirin could lower the likelihood of being admitted to the ICU with COVID-19 or being placed on a ventilator by more than 40%. It's according to the latest confusing research out today.
All right. Thank you, Kevin.
And they say it also cut the risk of dying from COVID-19 by nearly half. Wait, what? Okay.
All right, y'all, get Grandma some aspirin.
That's the latest thing. That report brought to you by Bayer.
You can't believe anything because you don't know who's funding it.
Yeah, well, that's just what happened last week, didn't it? I told
Right.
you the whole thing about the neck gator thing. I'm like, oh, go figure. Who put on the study? It's crazy. Yeah, neck gator. So there you go. That is just life. All right, we got more KVJ. It is called the After the Show podcast. You can stream it live here in just about 5 to 10 minutes on Facebook, also up on YouTube. And it's always there with our many podcasts that we have. The regular show you can get without music and commercials, and the After the Show podcast. It is on the 97.9 WRMF app that you can get for free. And you're also not far away either. Top every single hour. Picking up $100 with the $5,000 workday payday qualifies you for $5,000 every single week, all with local winners. Good chances to actually win some real cash from a radio station. When does that ever happen?
Cash in your pocket.
Yeah, absolutely. A $5,000 winner happens this Friday, next Friday. So jump in on the fun here in just a matter of minutes at 97.9 WRMF. Jbird, it's your job to wrap it all up with a beautiful thought today.
Thank you, Positive K. Dreams don't work unless you do.
Oh, that's a good one, Bert.
You're listening to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.